howdy. What is going
Hey,
on,
welcome
everybody?
everybody.
What is going on? Thank you all for tuning in with us tonight. It's episode 11 of the motherfucking Stone and Hyper Show. Can
Get
y'all
out of
believe
here.
it?
11 already.
11 already, man. Time flies when you're having some fun, they say. We got Star Wars Collective, Jacob in the house. Thank you for being with us tonight, buddy.
Hey, welcome.
Gen X, Brian. What's up, dude? Got Troy in here.
DXP, what's
up,
going on, man?
Hey, gang. Yes, sir. Got Griffin in the house. What's up, man? What's up, Griffin? Thanks for hanging out. Oh,
Griffin,
Commander
how you doing,
Cook.
man?
What's going on, Cook? Thanks for coming to hang out with us tonight, man. Appreciate it a lot. Hyper, this guy, he does some tremendous custom work, man. You got to check him out.
I know all about Commander Cook.
Okay. I figured, but we got to shout him out anyways. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us tonight. It means a whole lot. So we're going to do something a little bit different. Obviously, we're going to talk about Star Wars like we always do, but me and Hyper kind of had a feeling we'd do something a little bit different and do some top 10 of our favorite figures from other lines. So Marvel Legends, McFarlane, SHF Figure Arts, whatever happens to come up in the conversation. So super excited, man. This is actually mostly Hyper's idea. And I was like, yeah, man, let's make a top 10 out of it. It'd be fun. And yeah, super awesome.
So first of all, before we get going on this, I just wanted to say once again, Commander Cook, I've enjoyed your work for a long, long time. And you and I have actually, well, I wouldn't say competed. We haven't done that. But you and I have had our work displayed on lots of different forums together. And, I've always taken inspiration from you. And I've done a lot of dioramas and things. And I know once in a while, I think you've commented on some of mine, too. So it's a pleasure to have you here. It's really cool. It's really cool. I love your stuff, man. I love it.
Yeah.
So
Cook is a really, really cool guy, man.
Yeah. Troy, what's up, man?
I've been sick as hell, dude, and luckily I'm feeling a lot better today. I thought I didn't want to cancel on this. Luckily, I'm feeling a lot better. But dude, it was like a snot caterpillar, bro. I was like, this thing's got to go, bro. It's got to go. I had to do what had to be done. Luckily, it goes, but it does look a little weird on camera. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, man, listen, I got to tell you. So the next time you're sick and you're looking for a show to watch, has anybody watched Yellow Jackets? Does anybody know about this show, Yellow Jackets?
I feel like I've heard about it.
This show is bananas. It is off the rails. And my wife recommended it. And so I'm like binging the first 2 episodes of season 2. I'm like, I got another 5 minutes. We can finish this out. And of course, here I am late to the show. So sorry, everybody. I was binging Yellow Jackets.
Commander Cook's got a question. He said, do you have a username he might recognize?
So I went by Hyperdrive. I went by, let's see. I've been Hyperdrive for a long time. Before that,
I want to know what's up, man.
What was I? I was Slave 1 for a while. But it's been Hyperdrive for about the last 10 years. But anyways, I'm very familiar with your work. I watch all your shorts. I've seen your postings, and you just do great stuff, man.
All right, somehow I'll skip past Doug. Doug, what's going on, buddy? How you doing?
Doug, Howl Runner.
Also got a couple super chats early on. Got $2 from Mama Mando. Thank you, Mom. And also from our boy Troy. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank y'all very, very much. Yeah, dude, I know Cook's here, man. I know, right? I know.
So
I'll
tell you what. So honored. So tonight we thought, and I know Stone just said something about it, but we thought it might be fun to kind of go onto those shelves and boxes that aren't always on the shelf. Maybe they're on the bottom shelf, bottom rung, and so we're gonna do some stuff that's kind of different for us. Maybe so, like I'm gonna give you like my top 10 non-Star Wars, non-G.I. Joe, sort of like, out of left field type figures. And I think Stone's going to do the same thing. I'm just going to have a good time with it. So
it's gonna be feel free to for you, man. Your variety of collecting. I'm still somewhat a newbie. I got, I'm somewhat at my ankles. You're neck deep now, bro. You know,
man,
you got a lot of lines to choose from. Hey, we got 18 people in here. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us. If you haven't already, hit that like button, please.
Oh yeah, please do.
Damn, what's up, dude? Thank you for hanging out with us tonight, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for coming by.
Yeah. And by the way, thank you everybody for following the diorama series and the customs. I've had a big spike lately in all those views. Man. So it sounds like people are enjoying the diorama series, the Race to Tashi Station. So that actually the final videos get posted Sunday, Monday. So then we'll be getting into a new diorama build. So thank you so much for the support, and we've got a really good one. I know Stone's gonna go toe to toe with me on this one. We're gonna build a swamp dio.
Oh, hey, yes. Man, I don't know about toe to toe, man, but I'm gonna try to stay 10 toes behind. I reckon I'm gonna try to learn from my mentor over here.
Oh, look, man, it's not that hard. Trust me. But
hey, Griffin, dude, not necessary at all. But he says, I will say, enjoy your content. Give me another night of tour, dude. Yeah, dude, that is not just you hanging out with us tonight is enough, man. That is not necessary at all.
Yeah.
At all, my guy. Thank you for
hanging out. It's supposed to be free entertainment, right? So don't worry about it.
That's right. We're just hanging out, man, having a good time. If people want to throw us a couple dollars, so be it. But it is not necessary. We're here to have a good time and talk about toys, brother. That is all we're here for.
That's right. He's got to feed those dinos, though, So that's where it all goes to dino feed.
Dude, and all these theropods, bro, all this meat I'm buying, these things are fucking hungry, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, right. I know.
Hey, hyper.
Yeah. There it is. All right. Hey, nice.
I started the intro. I still need to get through to chapter 1. I don't know how far you've read just yet.
So this is my third rereading of it, and I'm about 20 pages in right now. I'm not far, but
okay, gotcha.
If anybody wants to read it, so Stone and I are doing this thing where we're reading the first Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton right now at the same time, just for fun.
Yep.
And I've read the book a couple of times, but it was years and years ago. So I thought it would be wicked fun. So if anybody wants to read the book along with us, maybe for the next episode we could do a Jurassic Park book club.
That'd be so cool. I feel like that might be fun. If people are down for it, why not?
Yeah. Welcome to Looks at Books with Stone and Hyper.
Looks at Books. All right, Doug. Before we get in, because I got a couple rumors I wanted to talk about today. Talked about. I was just on the Monday Night Figure Ball with the Monday Night Figure Ball boys. We had an absolute blast. It was a lot of fun. But I want to hear. This is the Stone and Hyper show. We got to get Hyper's opinion. I want to talk to y'all to see what y'all's thoughts are about the rumors. But how we're on a sub book club? Okay. Hey, bro, we'll read together. We'll do the syllables, bro. I'm not either. I can't do math, bro. So we good, bro.
It'll be like high school when Stone and I just do one chapter read in English class. Like you take the first paragraph, I'll take the bottom paragraph.
Yes, dude. That actually would be kind of fun, honestly. Do like a Jurassic Park book club.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, dude. Griffin said he's got 2 more SHF B1s for his. Hell yeah, dude. I see one on Amazon for $51. I almost pulled the trigger. I got C-3PO on the way, man. I'm so excited. Then that is the last purchase I'm doing until ICC, which my boy Hyper is going to be going to with me. I'm so excited.
Wait a minute. Hold on now. Wait a minute. I smell some bullshit. What was that bullshit now? The last purchase you're making before? All right. We got it on tape. This is the last. There's a last purchase before ICC. All right.
I'm gonna go edit that out. I'm gonna cut that part out. Fuck that. I should have said that.
Exactly.
Am I putting my foot in my mouth, Hyper?
Right. So it'll be one of the few purchases that you make between now and then.
Yeah. I really am gonna try to restrain myself and literally, because I really do want to be able to save up and have a good. Because me and my wife are I'm gonna want to eat. I know that. Gas, get the hotel. Dude, it's going to be so much fun. I am so fucking excited. It's going to be a blast meeting everybody. Get to meet you in person for the first time. It's just going to be so epic.
Right? Man. Crazy, right?
So cool.
I know.
So y'all,
right, so what are we looking at? What are we looking at here, Stone?
Yeah. All right, man. So some of the rumor, and now these are from Lucanus Monster. Go check out his video if you haven't already. So now some people, this wish list can seem a little. Or I call it a wish list. This rumor list can seem a little wish listy, but he even says in the video, got to take it with a grain of salt. So we're just going to talk about him anyways. Starting off here, we're going to be, for you KOTOR fans, Knights of the Old Republic, we're going to be getting a Darth Treya or Darth Kreia, however you pronounce. I've always said Darth Treya, but I've seen Kreia as well. But Purple Light, I don't know much about her, but she looks badass. Just have to. Hyper, would you pick this up, man? I know you're kind of a Legends guy.
Yeah, she's really cool looking. I like the purple lightsabers. I don't really know anything about this character, but uh, I if I see her and I like it, I mean, three lightsabers. What is it going to be? $45? I mean,
And see, I was
so
wondering, Hyper, do you think they would even like be? They probably wouldn't even emulate the three lightsaber thing. They'd probably just give her like two or give her one, most
oh
likely.
god, oh god, yeah, right. No, they'll do the old the first release. The main line will get one lightsaber, and then there'll be some stupid 3-pack, and then you get
Yeah,
the
yeah.
two of
And
them.
it'll come with a stand, like a floating stand.
Yeah, something
It
like
looks
that.
awful.
But
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't want that personally. I feel like I don't feel like that would be really hard to emulate like that, But
yeah, yeah. But didn't Darth Nihilus have the three floating sabers too? Like, isn't this kind of like a character we've already kind of seen with this before?
so
I
to
thought
be
Nihilus
honest,
had that type of lightsaber thing.
I don't know much about Nas. I'm not a big Legends guy, to be honest with you, man. So I
Mhm.
really am no help of that. So if somebody in chat wants to clarify, that'd be fine. And hey, Jacob, this is rough, man. It didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to, but hey, this is a step closer, bro. I'm a caveman making my way. What does Django say? I'm just a simple man trying to make my way through the galaxy.
That's right, right,
I'm
exactly.
trying, man. I'm trying to get better, dude.
Hey, next
Trying to
time I'm going to have my microphone working, I promise.
dude,
So
and when
this
it
is
does,
baby steps.
because dude, you sound fantastic. That Blue Yeti is no joke. Really good
Yeah,
microphone.
man. If only it would work. But we'll get that figured out.
We're gonna
But
figure that out.
yeah,
But
but yeah,
but
no. Getting back to this fig, yeah, I'd probably see it. I'm kind of closing the window on some of these extraneous characters these days, and
yeah.
so I mean, maybe I will if I see it, but let's go with yeah. I'll pick it up.
Okay, cool, man. All right, well, I'm gonna type in the next one here. I'm trying to look on this list I got here. So we had Darth Treya, and we're also gonna be getting. Are you familiar with Darth Sion at all?
I don't know.
See, he
It's like a
he just looks fucking cool. So depending on how they execute this guy, because I'll be honest with you, I didn't know shit about Darth Malgus, and then when I finally saw him, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta pick this dude up. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up a cool picture of
yeah. I
him.
mean, he looks pretty cool. What is he, a zombie or something, or what? I don't know.
I'm really not sure, to be honest with you, dude. I wish I could like pull up
Yeah.
the picture. See, I told you I'm a caveman. I wish I could pull up the whole picture, but
Yeah, put me down for one of those, I guess. Sure.
it really would just depend, man. See, that one's not
Yeah.
pulling up the way I wanted to. It just depends on how they execute it, man. Because honestly, like I said, I didn't know shit about Darth Malgus, and then when I seen him, I was like, "Oh, dude, I got to get this guy." And then that's when I started doing the research on him. So maybe this guy will be like that too. It just depends on how cool he looks. I mean, in this picture here, where I'm drawing the arrow in the circle, that he's jacked. He's kind of like it's a cool costume. I mean, he's got a half robot arm. He's like all beat up and
Yeah.
veiny and scarred and shit. It's just a gnarly Sith looking design. So I would probably pick this up if we got it.
Yeah, me too. And I hope he looks like he's tall. So I hope they don't shorten him into like a what's his name from Ahsoka there, Balin type of thing. I hope that they size him appropriately and that he's not
Yeah,
some shrimp little guy.
100%, dude. And Howron is kind of clarifying for us. Sion is so evil that his body started decaying. So interesting. He's
All
not
right. And
dead.
Doug says he's dead, right? Okay.
Interesting. So very, very cool. Very interesting. And then I'm trying to look up. We were getting like 3 different KOTOR figures. I was trying to see who else was on here. It was them two. We're also going to be getting. Oh, dude. Okay, so this one I'm kind of actually excited for. So this is
Let's see who's this now.
getting another version. We're going to be getting like an arena version of Star Killer here.
Right. That's kind of the one that I know about. That's the look that I'm familiar with.
I just feel
Yeah,
like
that's
that
a
would
cool one.
be. Yeah, dude, 100%. This is from the Force Unleashed 2, which I know the game is the plot of the game is not good, but the gameplay is just so fucking epic, dude. You're like fighting Rancors and Vader and shit. It's just so fucking cool. But the dual light
Yeah,
blue
I mean, I
lightsaber
picked that one up, sure. Yeah.
and something else that actually when I was on Monday Night Figure Ball, Zooboy actually also pointed this out is technically this isn't Galen Merrick. It's actually Galen Merrick's clone, which I actually would not have really remembered to think about. So that's kind of interesting.
Right. Okay. All right.
Very, very
Yeah. Put me
interesting.
down. Put me down. I'm 3 for 3 so far, I guess. You know.
Yeah, because dude, I'm still waiting on my damn pre-order from Big Bad for my first Star Killer.
So are these
So
gaming greats then? Are these gaming greats
I believe these
things?
would be considered gaming greats, Hyper. I do believe so, man.
Okay. All right. But your beloved GameStop, are you going to use GameStop to pre-order all of these then for
Hell no, dude. They better
May 1
not. They better
first?
not do any more GameStop exclusives, dude. I really hope they don't, but who knows? You can't say for sure.
Right.
There's
Right.
really no telling. So next up, we have the Galactic Marine, which I am just super fucking stoked for.
Yes.
This is going to be
Definitely.
awesome, dude. Imagine this in Black Series, like 6-inch version. It's going to
So
be
if
so
I
fucking
see this on
awesome,
the
dude.
shelf, if I see this Galactic Marine on the shelf with all three of those other figures before that we just saw, I'm going to buy this one first. Then I'm going to go back to the store next week and buy another one of these and leave the other ones hanging until I get about 60, because this is my jam. This is what I like the most.
Yeah, this is, and then, dude, we're getting Bakara on the way. Hey, did you watch Lance Peter Luke's review on that?
Yeah, I did. I did see it, and I don't know. He said that it's not a very highly desirable clone, but I don't know. I think Bakar looks awesome personally. You know,
The one
that's
thing
my
that I
own
thought,
personal opinion on it.
the little bandolier, the deco where it goes down underneath his skirt, the way that it just cuts off, though, it just feel like is like super half-assed. That's me
Yeah,
being
well,
nitpicky.
that's true.
It's just for them to save on plastic costs, but like, why not just go ahead and finish that up and like wrap it back around up to his belt instead of it just like literally being cut off and then underneath the soft. And then another thing was the damn soft goods supposedly bled on the legs,
Yeah, I
supposedly.
know. That's crazy. That's nuts. When I rip dye a figure, I don't even have that happen. So what are they doing over there? Like if I can stick a figure in some boiling hot synthetic dye and not get any bleed onto white plastic, I have no idea what Hasbro's doing over there. You know?
It's a little weird, man, but it still looks good. The helmet is with that extra deco on it. It definitely makes it look bigger than it already is. And the newer
Right.
helmets are already slightly bigger, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, overall, I think it looks pretty good. And I'm not canceling my pre-order. It's not that bad by any means.
It's like the Walter White lab over there where they're just cooking up some crazy junk, and I
It
don't
is
know.
kind of wild.
Yeah. There have been some QC issues lately. There definitely have been some QC issues lately that I've noticed on some of my recent pickups. Sloppy paint. The last 3 or 4 figures I've gotten in Star Wars have had sloppy paint, but
Yeah, it's a little depressing. That's one thing that's why I loved Momo so much because that beautiful wash all over him, and I feel like
yeah,
that should be a standard in the line, man. But
absolutely.
and then supposedly we're getting another Gree, getting a brand new Gree, hopefully on the 2023 buck. Hopefully it's not just a repack and on the Revenge of the Sith. When did that Gree come out? I'm trying to think. Like
That one came out in like 2017, 2018, maybe.
I was gonna
You're
say
talking about
18.
the Toys R Us exclusive one, right? Like from way back in the day. Yeah. That's a good figure too. I still like that. That figure buck is pretty good. I know that it's outdated and all of that, but it's well proportioned. I like the size of it. I like the way the armor looks. I don't like the way it articulates, but it's still a pretty damn good figure on the shelf.
See, and I don't even have Gree because another thing too is I've slowed down on Black Series just in general because they're just doing all these updates, man. I don't want to buy more of these figures like if they're going to be doing a lot of updates. I'm not. I'm
Oh
not.
yeah.
I'm not going to be buying any clones with pins. That's for sure. But that's just me though.
Right.
I don't hate them or anything. I just don't want them in my collection personally.
Yeah, no, I agree. If you're going to do this, you got to give us the best version of it, right? Like, I mean, I don't want to be buying old stuff that I hate that philosophy that Hasbro continuously hits us with. But I don't know. That's what we get. So, I'm just going to vote with my wallet and not pick up that stuff, really. And,
Yeah,
we'll see what happens. I still never got the Yoda 2-pack with Gree just because I really don't like that greed. It's not
That's
like you
fair,
say, it's
dude.
from a commercial. Yeah.
That's fair. That is totally fair.
Yeah.
And then this
I
is
mean,
actually this pick right here was actually in my why can't I spell pilot? This was in my Revenge of the Sith wish list. Or no, this isn't it. Was it Oddball? Is it?
Oddball or Jag, one of those two.
Yeah, I think it was. What the hell? Clone Trooper. That looks like a cute ass movie. Look at the
We're
puppy.
getting a golden retriever in the line. Excellent.
More animals. They said more creatures.
Right, right.
But yeah, the
Oh,
clone
I'm there for any of the clone pilots. I'm
dude,
there for Jag or Oddball or.
with that
Oh
orange
yeah, I love that.
visor, dude. I just feel like it would be so fucking sick.
It's awesome. Yeah, they would do a beautiful job. That's what I want right there.
Yep.
Yeah,
That
great
was
looking
my
pilot.
exact pick, dude. I feel like that would be so epic. Yeah,
Oh
that would
wait a
be an
minute.
instant
Let's see.
pickup for me.
Oh, somebody. Let's see. Hollow Runner wants to know, Stoned, if Stone was cloned, would you still be Cody or somebody else?
If I was cloned, wouldn't that be myself? If I was cloned
If
by
at
myself,
Stone, if at Stone was clones, would still be Cody or question mark. So I'm guessing. I think he means, would you be Cody or would you be somebody else?
How Runner, we need
Because your
you
name was
to
Cody.
elaborate, bro. Need your help to elaborate, man. So, dude, again,
I
like,
think what he's saying is your name is Cody and you've always liked Commander Cody. So like, would you be Cody?
oh,
Right?
maybe yes. Then if that's
Okay.
what you meant, then that's probably what I would go with for sure.
Right.
And
Right.
then
Okay.
we're getting. I'm not going to worry about pulling these up. They're cool, but we're getting some. I say we're getting some. These are rumors. Again, these are totally rumors, but supposedly they're in the works. We're going to be getting some Jedi Survivor. We're going to be getting Grease, which is that, like, I forget what his species is, but he's the four-arm pilot. And then we're getting
Okay.
Seer, the black chick. She's actually really cool. Let me actually look up
Oh
Seer
yeah.
real quick because she's a cool fucking design. Seer
Yeah.
Junda is her name. Yeah, that's what it is.
Hey, why so? How you doing, man?
This look
Oh yeah,
right
I saw
here.
that when they were talking about that. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
pass.
See, I feel like I might would pick that up just because she looks like a old school. It just looks kind of. This is just cool factor to me. I don't know why it's cool to me because I haven't even played the game. It just I feel like the costume is just so Star Wars, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's cool. It's
But
cool.
but I understand
She
you passing on it.
right. She would be on the same shelf as Mon Mothma and Bix Colleen for me. You know what I mean?
Fair enough, dude. Fair enough. Supposedly we're gonna be getting also a prequel Yoda single carded, hopefully. But
Okay. All right. It's
that
about
was,
time.
that was pretty much the majority of like the main leaks I wanted to cover. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. Again, these are total leaks. Don't know if these are coming. There's no leaks or rumors or these are not leaks because there's nothing confirming that these are in production. These are literally just word of mouth. Like people have said, there's whispers of it. It's just really nothing at all.
We really, really need a prequel single carded Yoda. Please, Lord. I mean, I
Yes,
still don't have one. I still don't have a prequel Yoda like on the shelf, which is outrageous. We're
it
what,
is kind of
14
crazy.
years, we're 12 years into the line and we don't have one of those yet,
I mean,
So
this will be the time. Since they're doing that Return of the Jedi card back. Just go ahead and give us a single release Yoda on the. I'll get two. I'll have one to keep on card, and then have another one to duel with Sidious. There's so
right.
many. There's so many scenarios and displays and shelves opposing ideas that you can have multiple Yodas. Fuck, I can give you 4 different scenes off the top of my head right now. I would get 4 Yodas just to act it out in my display. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
And
look at Lasso. What's up, dude?
right, I know.
How are you,
From
my
across
friend?
the pond.
Yeah, been a while. Thank you
Right.
for staying up, man. I
Right.
know you
Yeah,
had a lot.
definitely.
He had a lot going on with his job and not feeling under the weather and stuff. But I'm glad you're here with us tonight, man. Awesome.
Absolutely. It's good to have you. What is it, like 4 a.m. over there right now? No, it's
It,
probably like 1 or 2 a.m.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, it's 8:30. It's still kind of early, a little bit.
Right, yeah.
Hal Runner, if he came with his chair, that would be cool. That would definitely be cool. Honestly, Hal Runner, either way, I'll be happy to get a single release version. But honestly, I'd be more down with just getting him with his alt head and the light, his lightsaber is lit and unlit. You know what I'm saying? But if the chair came with it, that would be awesome. But I just feel like I don't want to be too hopeful. Have my hopes up too high.
I'm still hoping, and I'm not a big 2-pack guy, but if they're going to do a 2-pack, how about a Sidious Yoda 2-pack? Right? What are we waiting for on that one? But we haven't gotten that one yet. We got the Gree and Yoda 2-pack. Yeah.
But it wasn't even Go ahead. Go ahead.
It wasn't even the right Gree for the 2-pack.
Wasn't even the right Gree. It was from a fucking random ass comic strip that wasn't even a page long. Just like, it's a 41st Grunt Trooper is what it is. That's all it is. Right. That's what the 41st Battalion would look like without like the camo. The only reason they have the camo on is because of Kashyyyk. Normally they would look like just regular, like how the Gree that we got. But yeah, honestly though, I still like the figure. It's kind of fucked up that they threw it into if they had just labeled that as a 41st Trooper and single released it, I feel like it would have, I'm not going to say done better per se, but like it wouldn't have been like locking it behind that Yoda. They probably would have sold more of that 2-pack without that Yoda, which they still got their money for that Yoda. It sold out in Hasbro Pulse like forever, like super fucking fast.
Right, yeah. Hey, pin that last comment from Wiso.
Find God about Yoda. Oh yeah, which one? Wait, where is it at? Where is it at?
Prickle Yoda was a bitch move from Hasbro. Yeah, there it is, right there. Yeah,
Prickle Yoda release was a bitch move from Hasbro.
Yes.
No, man, but exactly. It was definitely like the whole thing when we say, oh, it was a hostage pack. That's legit. It was a hostage pack. That's exactly what it was.
Absolutely,
that's exactly what it was.
Yep.
The 41st and Revenge of the Sith with more gray and not green. You know what? I feel like I've actually noticed that, Griffin. And are you talking about you said Revenge of the Sith. In the film, they do kind of have more of a gray look than that green. That's true.
Very much so. I've never thought it was any sort of sage green. It's always been pretty much straight up gray.
I thought it was I can see it both ways, honestly.
Yeah.
I really can. Well, that was pretty much it for those rumors. We got to take those with a grain. They might be true, they might not. No big deal. But what do you say about I think you're going to have a really cool list here because I don't collect as many lines as you do, so I'm not going to have as much to share. But if you want to go ahead and kick us off, I didn't have, when I do my list, I don't have these in any sort of order of best to least best or my least favorite. I'm just going to kind of grab 10 different figures around the room that I think are underrated that I haven't talked about a lot.
Right.
So that's how I'm going to do it. But I'm excited for your list, dude.
So I picked out some that, and these are not necessarily lines that I collect, but we've all fallen victim to the aisle 7 impulse buy is what I call it. You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden you're in the aisle. Oh my God, what is that crazy looking? I love it. Like, all of a sudden I love Street Sharks for the next 48 hours, or something like that. You know what I mean? Like everybody does it, and like Hero Mashers, I'll take that one, and you're like, what am I doing? So we all have those moments, and I thought it would be fun to like just sort of rummage through. And like I said, some of these actually do make it onto my shelves once in a while because I really like these figures. These are all figures that I didn't select figures that weren't interesting or awesome. I selected, the best figures that I don't normally collect, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So having said that, all right, I will start out number 10. You want me to do number 10, man?
Yeah, all dude. Right.
So coming in 10th place for me is this Masterverse or Master, I don't know what it is. This is some sort of He-Man Master of the Universe thing. And he's huge. He's about 8 inches tall. And I think, and I'm a child of the 70s and 80s. And I remember him and Stone. What was his name again? Too Bad? Two-Face?
Yeah, Dude, to be honest with you, I watched He-Man when it was on, but I don't know the character. But I think you told me Too
Yeah.
Bad.
Too Bad, I think something like that.
It was Too
He's
Bad.
awesome. He's absolutely awesome, and comes with all kinds of accessories and a shield. He's got the two heads, and there's something charming, I guess you would say, about this figure.
Yeah, that's awesome. Man.
He's a massive, huge figure. He's kind of good for really cool toy photos and stuff. And again, I don't own any other figures. The only other figure I ever bought from the new He-Man line was Hordak, that skeleton bad guy, Hordak. Yeah. And I did a custom. He's actually on my site. And then somebody offered to buy it from me, and I sold it to him. So this one I haven't customized in any way, but this was really cool. So coming in at number 10, we're calling it this Masters of the Universe Too Bad. That's it. So
I think that's really cool, man. I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. All right, what you got? What you got at number 10?
Okay, so my number 10, I'm going to grab something real quick. This is something that I haven't really gotten to talk a whole lot about on the channel, but this is a line that I really want to get into more of, and it's going to have to wait until after ICC. So, but this is Beast of the Mesozoic, and this is the Velociraptor Mongoliensis, and this is just the amount of sculpt detail on this figure is just honestly so superb, and the paint, the blends that it's hard to pick up on camera, but all the gradients that they have going on this figure, it is just honestly so beautiful. Look at the feathers, that plumage going on the tail, and this is also wired, so you can like bend it and pose it how you want to. Obviously you don't want to do that too much, but it's just really insane sculpting. Like, look at that, man.
That is cool.
The eyes, there's a little bit of a QC issue on the left eye, I mean, but the right eye looks like super, super sharp.
Where do you buy those? I've never seen them in the store or anything.
So, dude, I actually found this on Amazon. It was on sale for $35 fucking bucks. Wow. And these are normally like $45, $50 figures. They have some other Raptors on. It's actually by a line by a guy called David Silva. And he used to be a sculptor for NECA, McFarlane. He did some work for Hasbro. Then he moved on from those companies. And this is his line now. And he's doing Beasts of the Mesozoic. And he's got another line called Beasts of the Cyberzoic. And also Beasts of the Cenozoic. He's got this cool fucking saber tooth looking. It's called a Smilodon. Dude, it looks so fucking cool. But just the amount of sculpting that goes on here. The packaging is so cool. And this specifically, the Raptor series, the articulation, look how far back he can look, and it looks so natural, dude.
That is really cool.
It's just the posing, like look at that, dude. It's just a really cool figure, and the articulation, it's one of the best articulated, like, Raptors you can get, other than, like, Nammu or, like, some of those, like, other brands, but just such a awesome, awesome looking figure. And the gradient, I just can't express... The camera does no justice. The gradients of paint on here, from the colors, from the blacks to the orangish browns to this more cream color, it's just a really stunning looking figure to look at in person. And then it comes with a cool fucking base, and it's got some Hyper. You'll love this, like cool little.
I do like that.
And then you can display it. Now it doesn't stand all that well, but that's why they give you the stand. So that's I had to talk about that real quick, man.
That's a good one. And I know pretty much everybody in here is familiar with Stone's reviews, but I'm telling you, if you haven't seen one of Stone's Dr. Grant breakdowns on his dinosaur reviews, you got to watch them. They're awesome. He takes a deep dive. He is taking a deep dive into the musculature, and I love it. I love it. He just goes way into it. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's like you with the serial numbers. Yeah.
Dude, it is. It's you with your variants and it really is. And like as a kid, I was obsessed with them. And then our buddy Connor, we're missing him in chat tonight. I hope he's doing well. Yeah. But he got me in Hyper, and honestly, all this little circle on the dino train. But he just kind of reminded me how much I did love dinosaurs. And like there's species that I had, like, man, they're making up all these dinosaurs and shit. Little to my knowledge, these are real fucking dinosaurs. So now I'm trying to cram all this knowledge in and doing all this research, and it's just cool, man. And it's just fun. It's something new, man. It's refreshing. I love
I
Star Wars.
want you need to have one of those big ass pipes, and you need to have like a corduroy blazer on and just sit back and yes,
Yeah.
exactly with like books, like all these leather bound books.
Lived in Argentina. I'm just kidding.
Exactly. My most recent trip to the Sudan has yielded new information.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, man. Definitely. All right. Collective says, let's see. Oh, a JP edit with a feathered raptor. Okay, I might need to track that edit down.
Yeah. It is really cool too, man. Very, very cool.
And Gen X Brian says he doesn't own 10 non-Star Wars figures. I bet you do, sir. I bet you do. You're here. You're here, which means you've done it. I know you have. You're too old not to have done it.
Brian, are you sure you're being honest?
Right. And why so? You're very welcome, man. I'm glad you're enjoying those. Definitely.
Oh, shit. One more thing that I wanted to talk about. This thing.
Oh, yeah.
Another thing is that this is like scientifically accurately sculpted based off the fossil find in Mongolia off of a raptor. And then this was one of the most famous fossils ever found. It was actually mid-fight between this raptor Velociraptor mongoliensis, and then another dinosaur called a Protoceratops. And they were literally fossilized mid-battle. Somehow a sand dune fell over them and like during them scuffling and fighting each other. But like the way that the fossil was preserved is, if you're ever curious and want to see some crazy shit, look up Mongolia Velociraptor fossil, and it's really, really fucking cool. But yeah, I just had to. It's just cool that they're doing it and they're making it scientifically accurate. I just thought that's a really cool detail. They were like taking the time to look at like fossil records and like scientific research because dude, the last 10, 20 years, we found out so much more than we knew like at the times when the early 90s, early 2000s even. There's been so many new discoveries of fossils and stuff and like stuff like that, man.
Okay, ready? Hold on. Your theories are preposterous, sir. Are you talking about the northern Ural mountain range of northern Mongolia? Where is your information from? I want sources.
That's impossible.
Exactly.
You're a great scholar.
I refute this. I refute these claims.
I refute these claims. Preposterous.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to the exactly. Anyway. All right. So all right, my turn again. All right, we got coming in at number 9 for me.
Number 9, baby.
Is
number 9, motherfucker.
This is probably not going to come as a surprise. I've mentioned this, my love for this figure. I have about what do I have? So maybe 10 or 12 Marvel Legends in my entire collection. And Marvel Legends thing. And this is such a beast. This thing, I'm telling you what, this has to weigh a pound. It's really heavy. And it's got the pins in the legs. It's pinless in the arms. It comes with different hands. It's just an awesome figure. And it's very well articulated for a huge figure. It really has a lot of range of motion for a very large figure. And again, I have 10 or 12 Marvel Legends figures that are not the Thing. And I have, last count, I think I had like 13 Thing figures because I use them for photography and things. But this Marvel Legends thing, now there's a couple of versions. This one here is this is the Fantastic Four release from a few years ago. And that was hanging on pegs for 3 years. You can still find it on clearance around in my area. But this is it's got the more updated 2-piece belt and everything. The other one just has the light blue shorts with the Thor on it. But I kind of prefer this one more. It's not the classic it's not the classic one, but it's a great figure. So coming in at number 9 is Marvel Legends Thing. There you go.
That sculpt looks badass, dude. And real quick, I wanted to shout out Psycho Emerald. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight, buddy. What is going on?
Absolutely. Thank you so much. It is clobber time. That's right.
Yes, sir. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my next one. And it might get a little dinosaur. Should I switch it up from the dinosaur? Because, like I said, this is no in particular
Dude,
order. I'm kind of
this is all freeform. You just flow, do your thing. You know.
okay. So the next one I gotta go with, man. Honestly, and I'm very biased for this. I got my number 9 pick. This is one of my favorite pieces of my collection, the Carnotaurus from the Hammond collection. This is one of my favorite dinosaurs ever since I was a kid. And Mattel just always does such a fantastic job with this species. It was found in Argentina as well. And we have there's actual skin impression fossils. So we know what the skin looked like and felt like for the most part. We know a lot about this creature. And I find the ones more, some people disagree. They find the ones that we know less about more fascinating. I'm the opposite. The ones that we know more about, those are the ones that I'm kind of more interested in, like Triceratops, Tyrannosaurus, the more well-documented ones. Because it's just we just have more of an idea of obviously pigmentation and coloration is kind of a guess, but I don't know, man. It's just so interesting to me. And the sculpt just looks, it's just such a fun figure, dude. Look at that.
That is awesome. That is definitely awesome.
The glass eyes are really cool. Some of them are hit or miss on the Hammond collection, but for the most part, man, I just feel like the sculpt on this Carnotaurus is just absolutely phenomenal. And I just enjoy it so much. And it came from Justin from out of the basement. So that's kind of the fact that this was on his shelf is just kind of cool, you know? And then we do have the rubber tail at the end. So all this is just rubber wire. So that's really cool. But yeah, one of the coolest theropods to ever live. Definitely not one of the biggest. This is a medium-sized theropod, but I love this figure so very much. So yep, that's my number 9 right there.
Now, how does it work? Does that figure lay between you and Lady Stoned at night on the pillow, or is it at the feet of the bed? Where
usually I'll tell him, I was like, buddy, you got to get to the end of the bed, and somehow he snuggles up between us, and I'm like,
right.
Get down, but I got to stretch my legs. No, he's a good boy. He's a good boy.
You know what else I like? I like that. What are we at? Number 8, 9 with you? 10, 9, right? So
number 9.
I have a feeling, you guys. I have a feeling number 1, he's not even going to be able to put it on the screen, right? This is going to. That thing is massive, man. Look at that thing. That is awesome. That is one I would like right there. Yeah, for
just
sure.
For reference, here's Momane Don next to him.
Yeah, right.
He's a pretty thick boy. He's a pretty big boy.
Probably for the same money. Probably at the same price point, right? Between Momane Don and that.
Hey, Psycho, I know he's kind of getting up there on the aftermarket, man, but if you happen to find one for a decent price, I would highly, highly recommend. He's just so much fun, man. And now this was one of the more early ones out of the Hammond collection, so there's some things articulation-wise that could be better. He can't really go side to side a whole lot, but, this being one of their earlier designs, I feel like, I don't know, it's just such a cool sculpt.
Awesome.
The paint is just on point. All right, buddy.
I make fun of your collection of dinosaurs because I want it so badly myself that I feel like the only way that I prevent myself from going down that hole is to just razz you about yours, But I do love those things. Those are awesome. But I'm telling you right now, if I start collecting dinos, I'll be living in the shed with the dinos.
Lady Hyper said no more.
Lady Hyper is great. Well, when we get to the number 1 pick, which just arrived the other day, I had to schedule my whole day around the UPS truck coming so that Lady Hyper did not have any sort of attack points, so to speak. So all right, coming in at number 8. So I'm gonna blow Stone's mind here because. I'm going to blow Stone's mind because the 10 figures that I've collected and the incredibly small number of Marvel Legends I have are disproportionate. But I'm going with Zombie Captain America.
Oh shit!
Zombie
cool,
Cap.
Dude.
This figure is awesome. I'm a huge zombies guy. I love zombies, vampires, any of the figures that are like monsters or zombies. I love, and it's pinless. It's pinless. You got to be kidding me. I mean, nobody would have complained if they made a zombie Captain America kit bash one out of some old Captain America, but they didn't. It's an entirely new sculpt. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. There's absolutely no pins and beautifully sculpted, beautifully articulated. That face is just so cool. And what I really like, they didn't really do much with the shield, but they did put a little blood on it just to kind of complete the look.
Cool. Yeah.
And
I
then
didn't
they
even notice that.
yeah, and they sculpted and painted the back, so that's all beautifully sculpted ribs and flesh hanging out the back.
It's
So
slick, man.
it's just it's really cool, and I don't know, it's definitely one that I'd run into the burning building for this one too. So there you go.
Damn.
So of my top 10 so far, I've got 2 Marvel Legends, and I don't even collect these things. So how do you like that?
Yeah, he doesn't collect them, y'all. He doesn't collect them.
I don't collect any of them. I got none.
All right, so let me look around for a minute. What next? What do I want to talk about? Oh, I got the perfect one. So this is one. So I just absolutely had such a blast watching X-Men 97 last year, 2024 of March. And it just really like got me. Same thing with my buddy Connor, our buddy Connor, kind of uncovering my other like passions. And I totally forgot how much I enjoyed X-Men. And the X-Men 97 wave and the show just absolutely hit me hard with nostalgia, man. And this X-Men 97 Wolverine is such a fun figure. I enjoy it so much. I'm a huge Tiger Stripe guy. I do love the brown and tan and the X-Force. Those are cool costumes, but this X-Men 97, it really delivers, man. There's sculpted hair on it, although it's not painted. The claws are like the toothpick claws, which is unfortunate, but overall, like I said, just this iconic tiger stripe, you just can't go wrong, man. I love this figure so much.
In my opinion, that's the best Wolverine costume of all time, right there. You know,
and it's got boot swivel, which I love.
When I was a kid. Oh yeah, that's a great figure.
It's got boot swivel and thigh swivel, which I love so much because it's an action figure and it's supposed to be articulated and dynamic.
Now, what dinosaur was he riding?
So none of your business. he was on the Carnotaurus Hyper.
Oh, okay, all right.
I do want to bounce Hyper. I might have one that you might like better than this one. This is gonna
hold on. I'm gonna address the chat. So yeah, Zombie Black Lantern Batman all day, Doug. Love it, man. A lot of people. Psycho really likes Zombie Cap. Absolutely, it's a great figure. Let's see.
Hyper taking.
Timo. All right, man.
Take it easy, buddy. Hope you feel better.
Thanks, man.
Later, bud.
All right, go for it. What you got? What you got now?
Sorry, I just wanted to catch up with everybody. So, all right, this one is kind of like a tie. This is because it's the same character, so I'm going to cheat here. But
all right.
The Astonishing Wolverine, bro.
Oh, yes. Okay, that's a good call. Blue and yellow is where it's at for me with Wolverine. Like, I just love those two colors together.
Now, obviously, this is more of like the early comics run with like the shorter cowl, like his Hulk appearance, basically, because Wolverine is actually a Hulk villain, technically. Yep. And it got I love the paint. It's hard to see, but the hair on his arms is painted. It looks really good. But look at how thick the claws are, dude.
They're awesome.
And honestly, if these claws were on the 97, the 97 would be my favorite, if I'm being real with you. I just like the longer ears on the cowl, but really good looking.
I'll tell you one thing. You know, Marvel is so or Hasbro is so hit or miss with Wolverine claws. Like, man, some of them are great, and then others are flimsy and don't stick on, and just be consistent. That's all we want,
But yeah, man, I love both of the Wolverines. They look fantastic.
So, all right, so hold up those two. Which one do you like best of those two?
Okay, so out of the two, let me grab the X-Men 97 real quick. All right, chat. We're gonna do a little chat interaction because I'm sorry we've been yapping the whole time. So which one do y'all like better? Do y'all like the X-Men 97 or do y'all like the Astonishing? Which one's better, chat? Me and Hyper want to know. I don't do the Astonishing looks fantastic, but man, I just love.
I'm there for the Astonishing personally.
I just love the fucking long ears on the X-Men 90. I'm a The 90s nostalgia is hitting me hard, bro.
They're both awesome, but I think head to head, Astonishing wins for me. Let's see.
Oh, dude, the
Yeah,
Astonishing
Collective
Head sculpt
Astonishing.
is
Doug,
amazing.
97, 97. All right, so it's kind of it's 50-50, you know?
Oh shit. Okay. Brian says 97. Doug says 97. Jacob says astonishing. Yeah, the grimace face is badass, Jacob. It really is, dude.
Yeah.
And honestly, go ahead, Hyper.
That face says Wolverine. You know what I mean?
It does,
So
dude. And honestly, the Logan head sculpt is not bad at all either. The Logan head sculpt looks really good, actually. Oh shit! Not to figure down. All right, buddy, it's your turn, man.
All right, so we are at number 7. Okay, so coming in at number 7. Now this figure here, I am an unapologetic DC fan. I am a DC guy all the way, and I love to collect Batman figures. I pretty much only collect Batman figures at this point, but I do occasionally pick up a villain. And here's the McFarlane DC animated Scarecrow figure. This figure is so great. I love this figure. I've got all the DC villains. This figure here with the scythe, it's got 2 heads. Now I have the best head on it, but it also comes with the alternate head. And then there's actually a variant of this figure. So this is the orange. I really liked the orange shirt, but there's also a brown and yellow version.
Okay.
A yellow shirt, and it's cool. It's cool, but for me, this is what I want on the shelf. I want that beautiful Halloween orange, and this figure, since the day I bought it, is always somewhere around. I can't stop looking at the aesthetics of this figure. It's got that. It's thin and so sort of unassuming until you look at the detail, and it's got these awesome claws. It's got that great face, beautiful face, and the scythe is just so killer. And,
Hell yeah, dude.
Just everything about this figure I love. And there's something so sort of tragic or frightening or macabre about DC villains as opposed to alien warriors and mutants and things in the Marvel universe. I like those villains, but I've always kind of liked the street thug level villains of DC more, or those quirky, like, kid who was bullied his whole life and then took it out on the town that he's in. Like, I just love those types of villains, and Scarecrow really kind of fits the bill for me. So coming in at number 7 for me, this actually is number 7 on my list, but it might be my favorite on the list, if that makes it.
Damn. And the 90s, the 90s Batman animated series was so cool, and it was honestly one of the first darker kids TV shows, and it was one of the first, I believe, animated series to, instead of just wrapping up an episode at episode, it was one of the few early animated series that had a prolonged story throughout the seasons, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, for sure.
So dark, man. It's just so awesome. 90, that was awesome time. Kevin Conroy.
Yeah. If you guys have not seen it, I'm guessing we're all somewhat familiar with the DC animated show from the 90s, but if you're not, man, that's essential viewing. That's as good a Batman story as you're ever going to find, so I don't know if anybody disagrees, but I just love it. And so those figures from the animated show are fantastic. Yeah, it is why. So you're right. Yeah. Oh, you like the brown and yellow more? Okay, I get it, man. Doug likes it more. So
okay.
Hey, that's why they make it, right? So
yep, to each their own. That's right.
Right. Yep.
So going off Batman, I just figured this would be a good time to segue into it. My number 7 pick is the Nightfall Batman.
Oh yeah,
it's such a good figure, man. This is, when I think of Batman, this is what I see.
Yes, 100%, dude.
And the Nightfall is so good. The articulation is awesome. I don't care about the pins. I just love this representation of Batman so much. Don't get me wrong, the blue and yellow is badass too, but I love the classic black and gray costume, man.
Like, that's one of those figures where that is a figure right there that you're holding anybody at any age from anywhere in the world could walk into your room and be like, I love that figure. That looks awesome. That is an
Yeah.
essential figure for anybody's collection. That is just a great toy. Look at
It's
that
like
thing.
the perfect Batman figure, honestly.
It really is. You know, and some people talk about the McFarlane proportions being off. Who cares? Like, look at that thing. It looks
Dude,
awesome.
honestly, with
You know?
this one, I don't feel like that's the case. I really feel
I don't
like,
either.
and McFarlane, you were right. McFarlane does have some wonky proportions, even in his comic drawings. He drew Spider-Man so weird sometimes, but
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
proportion-wise, this looks so good.
Right. Yeah. So you know what's weird? So who just said that? Yeah, Sam. So there's a whole generation of people, and they're kind of.
Dope
I
Psycho.
know this because my son's friends and some of their older friends, they know Mark Hamill only as the Joker. They don't know him as Luke Skywalker. They know him as the Joker, which that just flips my wig, right? Like that's a wig flip. If you know Mark Hamill as the Joker, the voice of the animated Joker, but you don't know him as Batman, that's a wig flip, right? I mean, like, I can't even imagine it, you know, but there it is. That's cool. He's known by an entirely different segment of the population as somebody else entirely, which is it's a sign of a good actor, I guess, right? So, yeah. Yes, the blue version is good too, Psycho. That I own that version as well.
Yes,
And
I want that one too. Yeah.
oh yeah. Those look great when you have those things paired together. That's a tight shelf, you know. Yeah. All right, coming in at number 6. Now the plot thickens a little bit here. Which one? Where is he?
Take your time, homie. Hey, we appreciate all of you for hanging out with us tonight, man. It means a lot to us.
Definitely.
Just here talking
Okay.
toys, having fun, everybody.
Oh, there he is. There he is. Got it. All right, sticking on it. This is one I just picked up, and this is the first of this series, and it is awesome. I'm all right. The McFarlane DC versus Vampires Shazam figure. The DC versus Vampires figure are just awesome. Let me see if you can get I don't know if you can see that face in there, but
oh yeah, that's wild looking, dude. Holy shit!
Oh, it is awesome, man. It is awesome.
That's
so
wild.
they have like 8 vampire figures. They've got, of course, Batman, and so I got a good price on this one. So this is going to be my little McFarlane subline this year. I'm going to collect all the vampires, but
cool,
I just
man.
fell in love with this thing, and it's just awesome, you know. So I'm going to go down this rabbit hole for a little while as sort of my non-Star Wars muse, but there it is. It's just wicked cool. So there you go. That's my number 6 pick. Yeah, why? So I think you'd like it. If you like those types of figures, you would like these DC versus Vampires figure. Really cool line. Open it up, he says. Yeah, I know, I will. Yeah.
Open that bitch up. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, Sam doesn't know me quite yet, but I those are my babies. I'm actually mostly an inbox collector, so I do take them out. But
Hyper's McFarlane collection is honestly just so much fun to look at, and you just get lost. I had no idea there were so many fucking Batman. Todd McFarlane loves fucking Batman, dude.
Oh yeah.
There are so many bad, but honestly, the other figures are just cool too. They really are.
Well, one of my sons, my youngest son, he's crazy for DC, and he has 60 plus McFarlane non-Batman figures. He's a big Flash guy, so he's got a lot of Flash and related figures, and oh my god, now that collection, I gotta say, it's not my thing. I wouldn't want to collect them, but to see his collection is crazy. It is awesome. He's got a lot of money in that collection, and it looks good. It's damn cool. Maybe one day he has it here because he didn't take it with him because he's in the Navy. So maybe one day we'll do a little Lucas Tambolio McFarlane collection breakdown. You know,
I think you should. That would be cool, man.
Yeah, you guys would like it. I think. Yeah.
I was once an inboxer too as well, Brian, and now there's nothing wrong with like the way that Hyper does it. He'll like rotate his stock, like he pulls stuff out of storage and puts something else on the shelf, rotate. Like that's a cool way to collect, especially when you have a lot of stuff. But I just found personally, it's good to keep the boxes so you can pack it away easier, not have to keep up with it. But man, when I started opening up my figures, I just like I really started enjoying them even more than I thought I would, honestly. But there's nothing wrong with being an inbox collector. There is nothing wrong with that. But like I still have a couple things on card and inbox or whatever, but like, man,
Yeah.
just that it was my cousin got me Hunter season 2 Hunter and Wrecker, and they were plastic free packaging, so you can't see the figure. There's no window, so like you have to open them up. And when I
Right.
did, dude, I started posing those motherfuckers and like taking the helmets off, and I was like, "Hold, dude, have I been doing this wrong?" There's no wrong way to collect, but like I was like, dude,
Right.
if I've been doing this wrong for me, and then obviously you see behind me, I just started every one. I was like, I'm gonna review it, open it on the shelf, review it, open it, and that's how I got everything on my shelf. Everything that's on my shelf, I pretty much reviewed or talked about, or for the most part. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with
Doug,
collecting a box.
Doug and I are similar creatures. So yeah, I open up other stuff, other non-Star Wars stuff. And I have plenty of stuff open, but I do a lot of customs and stuff like that. So I'll open those up obviously. But
Yeah.
I just like the way, now as I'm a little bit more refined in my collection, and
Yep.
I like that uniformity of seeing the boxes and like the red numbers all line up and stuff. Like, I don't know, that's just kind of that's appealing. So I like to collect that way. But oh yeah, how I've opened up so much stuff.
Still
There you
have
go, man. Over 100.
Woo! Yeah, you should.
What you got?
Brian's been doing his unboxing. That whole unboxing series he was doing was a lot of fun, man.
I
Opened
know,
up
man.
hundreds of figures.
I can't wait to see GXB's Return of the Jedi. I want to see that.
Yeah, dude.
That's
So
gonna be a
now
fun one.
this is going to be Star Wars related, but it's
All
going to
right,
be
yeah, yeah.
it's not Black Series, but I'm so, and again, my list is in no particular order, y'all. These are just 10 figures that I really love in my collection that I don't get to talk about a lot or haven't gotten to talk about a lot. And the SHF R2 is just, it is a figure that is worth every penny that you spend on it. I hate to fall into
Mhm.
the crowd of the import crowd, but dude, it is so fucking good, man.
Yeah. No, it
The
is.
metallic blue on it, the actual features. Let me make sure that is just so fucking cool, man.
Yep.
I love
That
that.
that's my favorite 6-inch Star Wars figure from any line. That's it right there.
And the
And
Black Series is
probably
not bad. Go,
it's
would you
not
say
bad at
Hyper?
all.
Yeah, it's
That's
not.
probably of all the 6-inch figures I own, GI Joe, Star Wars, whatever other, that's got to be in the top 3 greatest figures I own in 6-inch. Period. Right? Like,
Now that one that you have, Hyper, you have the original. I think you're right. The panel line on yours is a little more. I don't want to say there's a wash on it, but just a little. It's a little more pronounced. I don't want to even say
yeah,
it's sharper. It's just like the panel lines. They kind of catch your eye a little bit more. Than mine's a lot more clean looking, I
right,
guess.
right,
And I
right.
really like yours, to be honest. So then I was looking at mine, like, and it looks amazing. Don't get me wrong, but the original release, it might have like a slightly different. I don't know. It might have a different sculpt on it, but
Well, you know what I think is cool is
amazing.
now you get to have 2 of them that are different, right? So there you go, man.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. And honestly, for the price that the damn Black Series is going for, it's hard to find that R2 for under 40, 45 bucks. You're better off just spending 50 or 60, 65 to get this one, depending on where you get it from, Ami or find on a
Oh my
good
god,
place
yeah.
like Amazon.
But like,
So
don't you
good.
want to see now? I want to see an SH figure where it's R2B1, R4P17, R5D4. Like, I want SH to just go ham
Go wild on
salad,
droids.
right? Just I want them all, right? Like, I mean, because now that you have that, now you realize what's possible. Like, that's the droid I want. That's
Oh, yeah,
the
man.
droid mold. That's the one. Like, and I'm here. Let's go. Come on, SH. Let's do it. You know.
And on it's, I don't know, man. Like sometimes the joints can look a little clunky, but if you know how to pose them and stuff, they look so fantastic. I've really
Oh yeah.
started. SHF is this R2 has really sweetened my taste a lot for SHF. I got the 3PO on the way. I'm super excited.
Yep.
He's in my now. I kind of cheaped out. I spent like I don't want to say exactly how much I spent, but I spent a little extra just to get it from Big Bad because you can get it from Chinese retailers for a little bit
Yeah.
cheaper price, but you pay 20-25 for shipping. This way I was kind of just going ahead and paying the extra 20 out the hand, and just that way I can get it to me faster. So it's in my Big Bad pile of loot that I have on the way to me as we speak. So I got some fire in my pile of loot, man. I'm so excited.
So I'm taking my SHF collection and I'm breaking it down into segments. And if you're interested to see what some of the figures look like, I've got 2 on my channel right now. I've got A New Hope, and I've got my Attack of the Clones SHF collection. And the Attack of the Clones SHF collection is straight up awesome. I don't even have a word for it other than that. They're magnificent. I love them, and they just pose beautifully. Very, very dynamic battle droids. Django, the Mace Windu. I think even Stone likes the Mace Windu, actually. And you don't even like those Jedi characters.
I was just about to say that Mace Windu is so fucking cool. If he wasn't so pricey on the aftermarket, I might would pick him up.
It's great. It's
It
great.
looks so good.
And but like the other thing about SH that I love is like, in the video that I did, I've got Mullet Kenobi, which is an awesome. The Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan is awesome, and he's just so poseable and can do so many poses so much more naturally than a Hasbro figure. But Django comes with the saber dart, and it's perfect. So it's just so much fun. And then with all the different hands that you get, you get 10 different hands in every Jedi figure. So if you want him holding the saber dart, it's there. It's possible. If there's one that's designed to fit that accessory, and that's what I love, that forethought and that attention to the detail, and so I find it to be worth the money when, not for all of them, but when you want Obi-Wan to do that, that's the figure you need to do it, so. And I know Wiseau, I can feel Wiseau is across the pond in Germany. Like, I told you, I don't like those SH figure arts figures. They suck. They suck. They are awful. They are terrible.
The proportions are funny to me, and it's just too much money. I love Wiseau. I mean this with all respect, bro.
We love you, man. We're just busting your balls, man.
I love your German accent. I love European accents. I am just. It is all love, brother. It is all love.
I told you I don't like them.
Dude,
I love it, man. I love it because I love it when someone is as passionate about something the opposite way. I love that. It's awesome. Yeah. So
he was trying to apologize on one of his videos, like trying to apologize for his accent. I was like, man, fuck that. Don't apologize. You speak the way you fucking speak, bro. What do you mean?
Dude, we love it, man. We love it, and we hope we're just having some fun with you, man. So.
Yep, all love Wiseau. You know it, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely. Man, so,
dude, Troy, when I seen that, bro, I forget where I was. I don't know if I watched a review or if somebody was talking about it. That Mafex box, it was so many hands. Like, that's cool, but I don't mean to be like, that's too many accessories. That's not what I'm saying. But bro, that is a lot of fucking hands. But I guess if I have uses.
I own a couple of Mafex figures, and I got to be honest with you. Like, when you're trying to, like, so, you open up the box, and there's this beautiful tray, and there's all these accessories and hands and everything. Try putting them back when you're done, right? Because it takes you, like, 20 minutes to try to figure out which hand goes in which depression, and there was a moment where I opened up an SH, a Mafex, and I'm like, all right already, like, I'm just going to throw them in the box. I don't have time to put 40 hands back into this thing,
Exactly, dude.
Kind of crazy, Yeah. Let's see.
Oh,
Oh,
something else.
Troy, German and English are sister languages, so they're very, very similar. So even if you were to study German within a couple of weeks, you'd be like, oh, I got this. I can do this. Very similar, believe it or not.
Dude, English is such a. When I was learning Spanish in high school, when you're learning another language, you realize how fucked English is. English is one of the
Oh,
most
I know.
improper, incorrect. It's because all of our slang and dialect. We have so many slang terms and dialect and different. It's just we have accents. It's a lot, man. It's a lot.
Silent letters. We've got silent letters on lock in this country too. Like like all these
Yep.
crazy ghost letters and everything. But
Yeah.
all right, well, coming in at number 5. So we've done Zombie Captain America. We've done Vampire Shazam.
Yep.
And I'm going to break my own rule as well, Stone. So there is one 4-inch G.I. Joe on this list from the mid 2000s. And this would be the Cobra Zombie Viper. And this is a 4-inch figure, and he is a zombified Cobra Trooper. So the lore of the G.I. Joe universe is Cobra obviously is the antithesis of the Joe team, and they would take what they called volunteers. Now they weren't really volunteers; they were Cobra Troopers who might have deserted, or they were Cobra Troopers who might have not gone along with the Cobra philosophy, and so they were then put into the volunteer zombie Viper Cobra Zombie Viper Brigade, and they would be turned into zombies and then set loose around sensitive Cobra facilities around the ground. So that way, if the Joes tried to infiltrate, they would have to take on like a zombie corps, which is the coolest storyline ever, right? So like Cobra was awesome. Cobra was so nefarious and terrible, and they'd love doing this stuff. They would like zombify their own troops, and this one here has this really awesome helmet. So like once he was taking the serum, like there's these little bottles that hang off, and then he's got this really awesome helmet that goes on, and the serum, once it was in a gaseous state, it would then zombify him. And then it also has, I don't have them with me, but he's got these long, you can take off the hands, and he's got these super long like squid tentacles. So they were just horrific creatures, but very, very awesome. I love this figure, the Zombie Viper. So if you're interested in zombie figures, this is a good one.
Was that pinless?
It
looks like it was.
No, this is so interestingly.
You're welcome.
When you look at it, I don't know if you can see, but the upper does not, and the lower does. Do you see that?
Oh yeah, so it's just a single pin then,
It's
right?
a single pin on the bottom below the knee.
Okay.
Super
Cool.
articulated figure. This is a really articulated figure. I own 3 of these, so I've got a small little zombie horde going on there.
Are the arms pinned too, or are they pinless? Just one pin on the arms too?
So let's see. This here, these are entirely at the 4-inch scale for mid 2000s, entirely pinless. So,
hell yeah, dude, cool.
So
that's pretty cool.
Again, I think Hasbro has always used G.I. Joe as sort of almost like a test market for new articulation and new accessories and like swap out arms and stuff. Before you ever saw any of that in the Star Wars line, they would sort of test it out on the G.I. Joe lines and sort of perfect them. Yeah. So, you'd get like, that's kind of a really good example of sort of a mid-phase thing where you've got a pin on the bottom and pinless at the top. There cannot be that many figures of this construction, So that's a good point out there, Stone. Good eye on that. Good.
Yeah, I've never seen it like that, so it was just curious to me.
Yeah, very cool, right? So I mean, in figure history, that would be something where, there's actually a figure that's kind of both. It's both pinned and pinless at the same time. So that's kind of wild. Yeah.
Yeah, so like the term pinless, and I think it was, I forget who who I was watching that pointed this out, but I didn't really think about it until like a year or two ago. But so the term pinless, I used to think was for any joint that didn't have pins. So like the damn shit, like the single hinge joint on damn most Black Series figures. This
Yeah.
single hinge disc joint, I used to think that that was considered pinless, but the reason you say pinless is actually not for single joint or disc joint. It's more so for when you have double jointed. So when it's pinless, it means for a double joint. So like
Right. Right.
this symbiote Spider-Man has the pins, but if this double joint didn't have pins, that's what would qualify it for pinless because there's no such thing as a single hinge joint, a pinless single hinge joint. There's no such thing, you
Right.
know.
That makes
So
sense. Right. Yeah.
it never really occurred to me when I thought about it that way. I was like, oh shit, I guess that does kind of makes because I used to call those single hint or I used to call that pinless, but it is, but it's not really necessary to say because there's no such thing.
Right. Right. Exactly. Right.
Just
That is interesting because yeah, unless it were
yeah,
double knee, a single knee does not require a double knee would just because of the loop it has to make or the bend,
correct,
the U. Yeah.
exactly. So I always thought that was interesting when I found that out when he said that. Damn, we're trying to remember who it was, but I was when they said it, I was like, oh shit, I never really thought about it like that, but that's so true. But for my number 6, since I'm wearing comic 252, the first appearance of symbiote Spider-Man,
All right. All right.
early 80s baby, I have the symbiote Spider-Man. I love this figure so much, man. The articulation on this Legends is some people point out things that could be better, but it's got the boot swivel, it's got thigh swivel, it's got pinned double joints, elbows. Like you just get a lot of cool articulation out of this Spidey, man. It's just really, really cool. So much fun. Like look, just like I don't know, man. If you pose this, you can get some really cool like poses. I don't
That's a
know.
great
I'm kind of
figure,
being
man.
sloppy here, but yeah, man. It's just I don't know, man. I'm a sucker for the symbiote costume. That's a terrible pose, but y'all get what I'm saying. But
Matt Bryant's in the house. Hey, Matt, welcome. How you doing, man? How's it going?
oh, is Matt hanging out?
Yeah, he just showed up. He just popped in, right? So
Awesome. Hey, Matt, what's going on, man? Thanks for hanging out with us tonight,
good to see
dude.
you, man. Thank you so much. Yeah. Now I know that's your favorite suit, Spider-Man. That is a good fig. That's a really good one. Yeah.
I don't. Now, when you send me that Scar Spider-Man, that's one of the coolest costumes because I used to play with that skin on one of the older PS2
Oh my
games.
god, I did. I forgot I sent you that. That's right.
I love that figure so much, but honestly, man, it's kind of hard to beat the red and blue. But I'm just such a sucker for the symbiote costume, man. I believe
Yeah,
it was
that's a great one.
1983 or 84 when this comic first came out. But such a cool figure,
I
man. The
remember. Yeah.
articulation does what it needs to.
The
And
Secret
also,
Wars, that was out. That was for Secret Wars. Yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
that's exactly what for Secret War. Secret War. I like how the paint rides on the butterfly joint there too, dude.
Yeah, that looks good, right? That's
Such a
such a
nice touch.
big deal to do because they used to not do that, and then it looked at all. It made it all look messed up, and yeah.
Yeah, when the sculpt doesn't line up, I know there's only so much they can do, but stuff like this just proves that they can do without it. That's just such a cool fucking costume, man.
Yeah, that's
And
a really good one.
Peter's a bad motherfucker when he's got this thing on too, bro. Pete don't give a fuck, bro.
Right?
But I love this costume so much. So yeah, that's my number 6, man. That was number 6, right?
6, yeah, right, 6. So we're at
Awesome.
5. All right. So it's my number 5 now. Okay. All right. I have a feeling if YSO is still here, you might like this one. I do not know the name of this figure. So this is a mythic
I just seen your comments for it.
Legion, cosmic legions. And
shit, cool.
This dude he's one of the army builders. He's all this powder blue, and they're designed to be customized, and which is really cool. I love the way that Cosmic was like, hey, you know what? You can paint it, dye it, sand it, whatever you want to do with it. It's yours to do with what you wish, and you get a blank slate. And I really love that. But what I really like is this backpack detail with these sort of, I don't know what they are exactly, but very cool, very alien-esque.
Yeah.
And then it has this cool sort of face plate on the or chest plate on it, and it's got these hawked legs, which I thought were cool. So it gives it a very alien vibe. And then it comes out with two. So this is an alternate head I have on it here, but there's also
Cool.
another head that's the same color, and it actually has a dome. You can swap out this piece around his neck, and you can actually put a domed helmet over it, which is awesome. That's a
Oh,
really
sick,
awesome
dude.
thing.
Yeah.
And the other cool thing about it is, if you have like a skeleton head or a human head, you can swap it out and put it on and everything. And so now I don't collect a lot of SH. I only have right now, currently, I think I only have maybe five or not SH, Mythic and Cosmic. I only have maybe 5 or 6 of them. And this is one I kept. I really like this. It's a little bit larger than a Black Series figure, but as an alien, it could work, right? I mean, it's a large alien, so it would be cool.
Yeah.
But really fun figure, very expensive. Even these basics, the unpainted ones. I mean, these go anywhere between like 40 and $100. Like,
Yeah.
there's no deals. There's no deals on these. Everybody wants them. They're impossible to find. And I bought this at a show 2 summers ago, and I think 2 summers ago, I think I paid like 55 or $60 for it.
Oh,
It was
nice.
brand new, But anyways, very cool. Cosmic Legions. There you go.
One of the Monday Night Figure Ball guys that I've been kind of getting to know ever since I was on their show, Fig Fury, he's a really big Cosmic Legion, Mythic Legion collector. And I know, dude, those figures are just like, for how clunky they are, their articulation that they have and the sculpting look so cool. And the fact that they're like interchangeable and you can build your own shit is just like, that's a really nice touch to have, man. And they've really been piquing my interest a little bit. I know you said you had one that you were going to send me eventually, so I wouldn't mind. They look so cool. Man. They look really cool.
Yes, don't worry, that is on its way. So you'll be able to take a look at it.
Awesome.
Yeah,
dude.
they're cool. They're very cool. And I understand why people just free fall into the Mythic and Cosmic Legions figures, and they're really awesome.
Amazing.
I had to sort of draw the line somewhere, and I'm like, oh well, if I do this, then I would probably have to give up my Batman McFarlane's because and I'm like, I can't do that. So I have a couple. I enjoy them, and I'll just leave it at that for now, But
hey, fair enough, dude. So I'm gonna grab my number 5 real quick.
All right, you got it. Oh, look at him. He's like looking up at the ceiling. Like, I know exactly what this is. I
might be too fat to reach what you're thinking about, Hyper, without a stepladder.
All right. What you got? Okay, maybe I don't know what it is. All right.
For a Zetaline, do you know what he's talking about, Hyper?
I don't know what that is.
Educate us, Doug. Elaborate, brother. Hey, 4 Horsemen. I've heard so many good things, man. Hey, dude, you're not lying, Waso. The Hammond collection has hit me hard enough, dude. So I gotta represent for my AliExpress because AliExpress gets a lot of shit because they do sell some shit, but they also have legit stuff too.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't give them enough credit because they do. They have a lot of legit product on AliExpress. You just got to know what to look for. But this is not a legit product. This is a knockoff Marvel Legends. And this Venom is one of my favorite characters. If I showed you this before I told you, you probably wouldn't have been able to know that this was in a Marvel Legends. But when I tell you, I did much research. This thing was $22. $22 from AliExpress. And when I tell you that this thing is damn near identical to the Marvel Legends, it really is. It really, really, really is. I am like just super stunned with the cell shading that they have. They have the animated comic cell shading with the red and the blues going on there. This Venom figure has gotten extremely expensive. This is the 90s Spider-Man animated show is one of my favorite of the Marvel animated shows, and I love Venom, dude. And Todd McFarlane is actually also a co-creator of this character, which you may or may not know. But there's like subtle differences that give away that this isn't a Marvel Legends due to the reuse. Like, I believe he's got holes in his back here. This was from a character called Hyperion. And AliExpress is known to kind of steal molds and this and that, whatever. I have a whole video talking about knockoffs and bootlegs and stuff like that. It's actually one of my most well done videos, surprisingly. But to have representation for this character on your shelf, if you want to get a knockoff figure, fuck what people say. Like, if Hasbro is gonna, which luckily they've been listening with all these Black Series reissues we've been getting lately, like Bosk and Sabine's, characters like that as such. Hera, Ventress. There's a bunch that we've been getting a lot of. Now, one thing I will say is it is a little loose. It's a little bit loose, but it does stand pretty well. But man, for the most part, dude, if you want representation for a character on your shelf and Hasbro is too stupid to not listen to the they can see what these figures are going for in the aftermarket. If they're choosing not to benefit from that, that's money that they're missing out on from their collectors. Like, going to pay like $100-$120 for a Venom figure when you could have gotten collectors to buy one from you for like $25 to $35, but y'all are too ignorant to put out a reissue for such a highly beloved character and well-selling figure, you know? And then somebody wants to judge you for going on the aftermarket and trying to find some kind of representation. Like, sorry, I don't want to spend $150 on a 6-inch fucking figure. Fuck me, right? There is nothing wrong with getting knocked. Now, take out the whole equation of like them stealing the molds. Like, AliExpress was bumping down sideshow sculpts, and I get it scummy, but like that's not us not buying this is not going to solve or like get rid of this at all, you know? But like, this is a really good figure for it to be $22, and now I have Venom representation, 90s animated comic style Venom representation, not like newer age Sony or like Tom Holland, which I do enjoy, don't get me wrong. This is when I think of Venom, this is what I think of. This is what I see. So that's my number 5 pick. Sorry, I kind of got a little ranty there, didn't I?
Hey, look, there's a lot of us that come from the generation where we would go out and buy like Memorex tapes and make mixtapes off the radio and off of other people's tapes and records.
Yeah, dude.
That's all we did, man, was just pirate stuff from each other and pass it around, you know, like bootleg albums, bootleg recordings. This is the world that I grew up in. I get it, you know, and I think a really good bootleg, there's a place in the world for a really good bootleg, you know.
100%, dude. And like, look at the paint on this, man. There's not any sloppy paint or like bleeds. If I told you this was a Marvel Legends, you wouldn't have known the difference unless you had them side by side. And even then, bro, I've watched so many videos of them side by side, and you really cannot. It's hard to tell the difference unless you know what to look for.
Right, really, and you know the thing is, you know they're probably made. Some of them are probably made in the same factories as the authentic ones.
Hyper, you are spitting right now, dude. You are fucking spitting. These are probably just like some defect. Like they had a package defect or something.
Yeah, so a lot of times what companies will do is a factory will rent out, so they don't always, produce items, and there's downtime, and then other companies can come in, use those factories, and make other products on the night shift, so to speak, or on holidays or whatever. And you know, and our own companies do these things. Like, you know, a lot of times, you know, you have a brand of food like different cookies, Keebler and stuff like that, Nabisco. You know, they'll make an overstock and then just sell it as a generic. So, you know, these things are common business practices. And I really believe that a quality bootleg can't tell the difference. You know, what I would hazard is like when you're buying an SH Figure Arts or a Mafex or an expensive piece, it's one thing to know you're buying a bootleg and to buy it for a cheap price. It's another thing to think you're buying an authentic and receiving a bootleg. And that's a big line of demarcation for me. So if I know that what I'm buying is not authentic and it's a bootleg and it's not reported as an authentic, then fine. But I've been burned a few times buying something I thought was authentic and it turns out to have been a knockoff bootleg. That's a different story. But I think what you're talking about, I think most people would agree, they're just filling a need in the market, right? Like they're filling a need that doesn't exist
exactly
in the market elsewhere. Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Later, Psycho. Thank you for hanging out, bud.
Yeah. Thank you so much, man.
Later,
thank you
homie.
very much.
Have a good one, man.
All right, so we're at number 4 then. Are we at number 4 on our
You're at
list?
number
Okay.
4. Hell yeah, man.
All right. You're not even going to believe this, man. Now this is an off the wall. Nobody's going to believe this. When I was a kid, I loved this character. I loved the Hulk. I loved the whole Hulk lore storyline. Hulk, Thor, all of those characters, and one villain that popped up infrequently was the Leader. And this figure is so classic 70s Marvel. I just absolutely love the Leader. Look at him. He's got this giant dome. He's got like a Fu Manchu, like every self-respecting villain from the 60s and 70s. You ain't nothing if you didn't have a Fu Manchu, right?
That's
like,
true.
And look at that. That is a dome right there, you know. And he's got this garish blaze orange and neon yellow suit with like yellow boots. He's so impractical. This is the most impractical, and yet I just love him. I mean, it's a wild, when you really think about it, this is off the rails looking figure. You know what I mean? Like, look at that dome, you know, like it's a widow's peak going. Like, it's just wild, you know, and great. And this is really what he looked like in the few times I saw him in comic books. And I don't think he's made an appearance in 4.5 decades that I'm aware of, but
Yeah.
it's a great figure. He's an old school. He's got the pins. Now, this is not a Toy Biz. This is Marvel secured the license from Toy Biz back in like, what was it, 2011, 2010, 2011, something like that. So this is that old school Marvel. He's got the pins everywhere, you know, but I don't care. He's just a great looking figure. He's one that can, you when you walk into your collector's room, there's always those figures that you notice from across the room. And it's this one. This one draws like a moth to a flame, people, because they're like, what in the hell is that thing over there? You know, and you're like, oh, it's the Leader. You know, so anyways, kind of a quirky, fun pick, but I absolutely love this figure, and he's always on my shelf. He hasn't seen a bin in 9 years. So
Damn, that's crazy. Sam, I thought the same thing, man. I thought it was a Green Lantern for a second.
Right? Yeah.
It looked like there's so many alien Green Lanterns, so many Green Lanterns.
So that was one of the original Hulk bad guys, the Leader. Yeah. Crazy.
Oh my God, Doug. It's ugly as fuck.
I love
it. Jesus.
I'm so glad. No, dude, hey, listen. You know what? We're going to roast Doug's list. We're going to roast it. You know?
Yeah, we're going to wait till we find out your list, Doug. Your list is fucking ugly.
Right.
I'm just kidding.
Right, exactly.
So next, I'm just going to stay on the Marvel run here, I reckon. And this is another figure I got loose at a comic shop, and I believe this is this is the Venom Let There Be Carnage version.
Oh yeah.
I needed a representation for Carnage, man. He was one of my brother's favorite villains, along up there with. I was more of a Venom guy. He was more of a Carnage guy. And what's his name? Cassidy. Damn it, what's Carnage's name? Something Cassidy. Butch Cassidy.
Butch. Is it Butch?
Is it? Chat, help me out. What's his?
Cassidy was the cowboy. I don't know.
I can't remember, dude. But man, this is such a good looking figure, dude. The sculpt on all the black is sculpted in. The extra tendrils that plug in on his back, and I got this loose at a comic shop too, man. I think it was like $30.
Yeah,
the eyes are so well. This is just. I love the big eyes, the big looking eyes. And the tendrils on the back, so dope, man. I really, really love this figure. It poses really nice. I don't want to move it because I really like this pose. This is how it's been on the shelf since I put it up there. But the sculpting on this thing is just so cool, man. I love this figure a lot. But
does that have pins? Does that have pins in the legs?
It does have pins. It's pinless in the. Nope, I'm sorry. It's got pins in the arms and the legs. I thought it was just pinless in the arms, but it's got pins. But honestly, with the red, with this character, those pins are so well hidden with the paint, you know. On some characters like Spider-Man, when you got the
You've
That
never
on the
noticed
other
it.
side of yeah, sometimes the other pin it'll be like a blue color on the red or the red on the blue. This here you can't tell at all. Fantastic
That's
looking
a
figure, man.
great one, man. Great
So
one.
wicked, so
You
wicked,
gotta,
man.
man. One of these days, I want you to break down your Spider-Man and related characters shelf.
That sounds
I
fun,
want to
man.
see that.
That sounds fun. I've actually been toying with the idea of doing like some videos other than just Black Series, like my 3 3/4 collection or my Marvel Legends, my Spider-Man collection, my X-Men. I want to kind of start throwing some random. So yeah, that sounds fun, man. I might have to do that, dude.
So Doug is asking, what are we counting down? Ugly figures, Doug. Obviously, right? But no,
So
no, man. Yeah.
oh no, the way that I was doing it was just kind of like 10 figures that I really love in my collection that I don't get to talk a lot about, Doug. This is in no particular order from favorite to least favorite or anything like that. But Hyper, did you have like kind of like a tactic with your list, if you will?
So I thought it would be fun when you presented this idea to me. I thought it would be
Later,
so much
Waco.
fun to kind of go down the list of figures that never see the light of day, like on my collection videos or that
Yes.
we ever would talk about for any reason.
Yep.
So I thought, why not? I'm going to make a top 10 of figures that I love that are not my primary focus. Like, so my primary focus would be uh, Star Wars and G.I. Joe. So, of course, I've already broken my own rule and I put a 4-inch G.I. Joe on there. So, what are you going to do? But I thought it would be fun. So we're just kind of like, I'm just digging into my shelves and bins and kind of coming up with things that I thought would be cool,
Yeah.
So,
I think it's fun to
so
talk.
speaking of,
Yeah,
go
go
for
ahead.
it, man. What is?
No, I was just
So,
you kind of me and you were kind of talking about it when we were kind of pitching the idea of what to do for this topic for the show, and it's the conversation always go to the Black Series because Star Wars is our bread and butter. So when you said something about doing different lines, I thought it would be fun and refreshing to kind of mix it up a little bit and talk some other lines, just to kind of
right.
freshen things up a little bit.
And, the other thing I thought of too
Thanks,
was,
love.
I tried to. I've got a few like high end pieces. A lot of people have like high end stuff, but like I'm not a huge fan of the really high end stuff because to me these are supposed to be toys and
Yeah,
enjoyed by like when my kids were growing up, like you could never touch the high end stuff, so it wasn't really any. There was no meaning to it. So a lot of these things are things that you and your brother loved, or me and my kids loved, or
yep,
their favorite characters. And some of them are a little bit worse for wear, but like those are the ones you love the most,
that's right.
So I kind of attack this list as kind of a few of them are my picks, but the next few are actually from my sons, or their tastes and loves and things. So, you
Awesome.
know, but
Hell yeah, dude.
I've got some pretty fugly figures. What are you talking about? Hey, let us know what you got. What you got over there in the fugly
Yeah,
collection?
throw some out, man. Fuck yeah, throw some
So,
out.
so for my number 3 pick, I went with an old DC Multiverse Classics figure from before they turned the line over to McFarlane back maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and I went
Mhm.
with the Mattel Black Manta figure.
Oh, damn, that's
And
actually kind of cool.
this figure is beautiful. This figure is absolutely gorgeous. It's got
Yeah.
a removable backpack. It's got this awesome sword. It's now even for Mattel back then, completely pinless legs, no
And what
pins,
what is that
no
from, Hype?
pin. This is a Mattel DC Multiverse Classics
Okay,
from the
got
Aquaman movie.
okay.
And this figure, look at that. That is that is just an awesome dome. And Black Manta is a fun villain. And what my son who loves DC, he owns several Black Manta figures, and this is one from him, from his collection, and it's just rad, man. And it's a little bit bigger than a 6-inch figure. It's like a 6.5-inch scale, but
Yeah.
it works great. I mean, you can still have a big tall alien among your guys, but
Oh
this
yeah.
figure, just something about it is a very like alien attack the world type of look to it, and I just love it. The backpack is like super cool. All
I feel like you
kinds
could
of
throw him in a
sculptures.
cantina or something.
Totally, you could put that
Yeah.
head on a cantina body, right, and have some there.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
figure is fantastic. It's got lots of like really ahead of its time for its articulation. Like it's got it doesn't have ankle pivot, but it's got nice swivels, pinless and just a beautifully constructed figure. The plastic is really high quality. It feels this is one of the best feeling heavy weight figures I own or we own in our collection. Like it's just there's something satisfying about the weight and the feel of the plastic.
Yeah.
We all know it when we feel it, and that's one of these figures. So, yep. Oh, Babylon 5 figures. Oh my god. Oh my god. Stone wasn't even born when Babylon 5 came out, I don't think.
I have
Oh,
no idea
Babylon
what
5.
that is. I have no idea.
Doug, Babylon 5, Farscape, right? What was the other one? Babylon 5, Farscape, and there was another off the rails one. Those were good. Those are good shows, man. Good shows.
Yeah, I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, Babylon 5 was good stuff, man. That had some really great, very Star Wars character designs. If you ever watch a show, you're like, oh, this team did something in Star Wars because it really looks just like that creative crew that did Star Wars.
Yeah, right on, dude.
Yeah.
So
what you got, man?
Number three. I was trying to think. I do have one here, but I was trying to look around real quick just to see. So, yeah, I think I'm going to have to go with this. So, I believe this is I gotta show off the OG Spidey Man, and I believe this is the Renew Your Vows buck, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
I love the big eyes, man. It just looks so badass. The articulation, it's got the boot swivel, butterfly joints, pinless. That's right, pinless double joints. So this is just a really badass Spider-Man figure. I love the big eyes. The kind of bigger spaced out webbing is also really nice too. Just really, it's the OG Spider-Man costume, man. You just can't go wrong. I also scored this at my local comic shop. Obviously, running errands with my wife like always. But scored this for I think 30 loose. So I was pretty stoked about that. This one's kind of hard to come by it's hard to come by this one for a decent price, man. This one has definitely started to climb the aftermarket.
That's even better than the one that they call Pizza Spidey. There was a figure that was released. Pizza Spidey. But I like that one better than Pizza Spidey. That's the exact right color blue, in my opinion. That is just perfect.
Such a good looking figure, man.
That's a gorgeous figure.
I gotta admit that I always say I don't mind pins, but goddamn, does it look good pinless? I gotta admit, such a clean look, man. But I do have the Toy Biz Spider-Man that me and my brother had growing up. It's fucking Toy Biz. It's just OG. You can't beat that. But other than that, this is probably the best. I do have a KO of the I forget what it's the classic 90s card back, retro card back for Marvel Legends. It was like $15 off AliExpress, but the shades of red are different going from the chest to the abdomen. It's a KO for $15. So it's like, but this one here, this is like my definitive red and blue Spider-Man right here. So I love this figure very much. And as always, I was with my wife when I got it, so that makes it more special to me by default. So yeah, that's my number 3, man.
Right. Love it. Doug was just saying that if he had a selfie series figure, that it would be the ugliest figure that in his collection, which is that's really funny. But Doug, I already have you in figure form right here. There he is. That's the selfie series, isn't it? Isn't that the selfie series? What are you talking about? We already got it.
Man. This selfie series right there, bro. That was a horrible, atrocious, sinful Star Wars 3.75-inch figures. Yo.
All right. Well, listen. So now it gets down to it. We got I got my last 2 picks, and this one here is another from the zombie undead ghost collection. But you probably won't see this one coming. And that's the Toy Biz Lord of the Rings King Under the Mountain figure.
Oh,
and
shit.
This thing glows in the dark.
No way.
And it is awesome. This figure is awesome. He's got the removable cape, the removable helmet. So I don't know if you can see, but this figure is he's got that.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's awesome. So and again, from the nostalgia standpoint, we had more fun with this figure maybe than any other figure in our collection when the boys were little, because we would make him so that he was like nuclear reactor green under the lamp for like 3 hours, and then just run around at night and throw him around the house. And, you know, he was always attacking everybody. It was fun. It's a fun figure. The sword glows like nobody's business. Just a great, fully articulated, classic Lord of the Rings Toy Biz figure. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings guy. I read the books. I read all the books every couple of years. And the King Under the Mountain, classic, awesome character, especially from the movie. And so there you go. That's number 2 for me. King Under the Mountain, Lord of the Rings, Toy Biz.
My precious.
Yes, it is, Doug. That is a hard figure to stand up. That's right. Which is why he was always dead in our displays, laying down. You know? Right?
Damn it. That's a cool figure, man. I fucking love Lord of the Rings. So my number, is this 3 or 2 for me? 3?
You're at number 2 now, man. Number 2.
Number 2, I got to give to this McFarlane Superman.
Oh.
And I forget which. Yeah, exactly, dude. I think this is the. Hold on, I'm trying to see here. I have it boxed right here. This is the action comic Superman from McFarlane, and I didn't have representation for this character in my collection at all. This was my brother's favorite DC character, maybe even superhero of all time. And this is, when I think of Superman, got the yellow Superman emblem, which I love that so much, dude. This is a wired cape, so you can kind of pose it like you want to. And this is just, I got this as a dedication to my brother. I probably would have gotten him for Christmas last year, but I needed some Superman representation in my collection. And this is, some of the McFarlane Superman likenesses are really wonky to me because they're very like stylized after like the media that they're modeled after. This one right here, this is the best and my personal favorite Clark sculpt we've gotten from McFarlane. And now
I can hear Amazon's Superman McFarlane's inventory draining right now, dude. You just sold 100 of those figures right there. Like I'm actually
the reason Unc Doug bought this figure. He watched my review.
I bet. I'm about to drop one in my cart. I do not own that figure, but damn, man, that is tight.
For $22, you can get a perfect, maybe not a perfect Superman, because like now would I like him a little bit beefier? Yes. Like his legs could be a lot thicker, his arms could be a little bit bigger, but overall, man, the proportions do not look bad. The stand that it comes on is really nice. I'm pretty pleased with it. So the fact that it comes with a flight stand is just dope too. So I love that. That's my number 2 pick right there.
That is beautiful, man. That is.
Thank you very much.
I mean, just that should be the still for the video right there, and be like, yeah, you know.
Hell yeah, man.
Oh my God! A link in the description to Stone Mandalorian for the Superman McFarlane, right? You know, like that's a damn good looking figure, man. That's probably the best one in the lot that we've done.
Troy, this is the Action Comics Superman, bro. And honestly, the wired cape is so good. Like you can see the threading. They really like. This is my first figure with a wired cape, actually. So, yep. Love this figure so much, man. Happy to have
just follow at Amazon affiliate StoneMandalorian.com, right?
Exactly, dude. Yeah, I will get some affiliate links, right? I wish.
Exactly, the affiliate links. We got to get those up and going.
That's a good top 3, Troy. That's a good top 3. Hey,
Let me see
yo,
what's
Wilbon, what's up, man? Thank you for coming to hang out for a few minutes, buddy. Appreciate it,
Hold
dude.
on. How you doing, man? Thank you very much. I enjoy
Hey,
your
yeah,
stuff.
means a
Great.
lot you coming by, man.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank
Yeah,
you.
appreciate it, Wilbon. Thank you so
Our
much, dude.
crazy little show. Our crazy little
Hey,
show, right?
this ain't no Monday Night Figure Ball, but this is the Stone and Hyper Show. We like to have fun and talk about toys.
Oh yeah,
But yeah,
definitely.
Wilbon, appreciate you for stopping by, man. It means a lot to me, dude.
Thank you
Hyper,
very
what
much.
you got for? This is your number 2, right, man?
No, I'm at number one, man. This is it. This
This
is
is it. Oh,
the big
all
reveal right
right,
here. You
nitty
know.
gritty right now, dude.
And so the Lady Hyper. Hold on, I gotta shut this window here because it's negative 14 degrees outside, and I gotta put my little hyper. So by the
Goddamn,
way,
14 cold.
this here, everybody, I've gotten a lot of comments about Hyperdrive Lane, man. This Hyperdrive Boulevard. I
Nice,
love
dude.
this thing. Thank you so
Awesome, man.
much.
Oh, dude, you're so welcome.
That kind of makes it. Yeah, that's cool.
Mama Mando is a good gift picker.
Mama Mando, Mama Mando. Well. Thank you so much. That was a really cool one. So I appreciate that. All right. So Lady Hyper does not know about this most recent pickup, nor will she ever, because this one was not authorized in any way, shape, or form. But I'm sure you know I love GI Joe, and I do love the 6-inch classified line, and so I missed out the first time. So if you're a GI Joe person, you know that there are two classic vehicles. Hasbro back in the 80s, they released the same vehicle, one in green and one in black and gray. It was called the Vamp for GI Joe, and it was like their version of a Jeep. And then it was called the Stinger for the Cobra side of things. And the Stinger was done in black and gray. It was all blacked out. So when they released the Vamp 2 years ago in the 6-inch line, oh, how I wanted that. But I couldn't get it. I missed out. But I happened to find one on eBay a week and a half ago. $89 delivered in the box.
Okay.
And when you see this thing is
shit.
awesome.
Oh
this
shit, dude.
Absolutely awesome, man.
Damn.
This is 6-inch scale. The wheels are rubber. It's got individual shocks on it, right? Like there's springs in there. So it's crazy. There's all of this equipment, the shovel, it opens up. There's a pull-out winch on it, so you can like hook up other equipment and do like the winch.
Oh, dude, that's righteous.
Dude, the whole cover comes off. This whole thing is removable.
That's
the windshield
badass.
pops down. Let's see what else. It comes with maybe the most badass looking figure I've ever seen in my life. The Cobra.
That is awesome, dude.
Driver. So I'll get him out in a second. Let's see.
That's a wizard as fuck.
Oh, and then it comes with the removable. So all these missiles come off.
Oh,
and then
dude.
you can have this stand up and it be its own missile launcher.
That's awesome, man.
And it comes with other equipment that then connects to the back, so you can have all different kinds of configurations. It's got a tow hook.
Yeah.
Dude, this thing, it even has the little fire extinguisher in the back that pops out in case you need that, put out some fires, you know. But just like with the old Stinger from the 4-inch line back in the day, you can take the entire top off and and then it turns into a completely convertible Jeep, right? So, which is just so fun. It's so fun. The driver, it's a repaint. It's a repaint of an older figure, but like the way that it just color coordinates with the actual vehicle, it's all black and gray. He comes with a helmet.
Nice.
And then, so I mean, this figure, I mean, that's a badass looking figure just on its own, you know, like just really, really cool. And then if that's not enough, it comes with a box, an actual box within the box of more accessories than Hasbro has ever made in the entirety of the Black Series line. You've never seen anything like it. There's like 6 pieces of huge rocket explosions. There's the guy comes with 3 weapons, 3 different magazines for ammunition, 2 sidearms, knives, a sword, a sheath, like you name, like more stuff, and you're like, okay, $89 delivered. So I'm like, well, maybe I just got a deal on it. So then I'm looking around, and right now you can buy this shipped, a 6-inch vehicle with rubber suspension tires for $105 delivered to your house, with free shipping. And you're like, so it is possible. Like on Figure Ball the other night and a lot of other shows, we're always talking about, is it feasible to do these things? Is it feasible to give these? Well, yeah, it really is. Like this thing has to weigh 2.5 pounds. It's really heavy, and there's a lot of heavy duty stuff inside of it. And you're like, okay, so why can't they make vehicles like the Jedi Starfighter, right? I mean, they could. This thing is every bit the Jedi Starfighter, if not more, right? I mean, the amount of plastic, the amount of packaging, like you can't convince me that it can't be done. Like it can be done, and done beautifully by the same company. I mean, this thing is righteous. So that's my number one pick.
Chad is absolutely loving it, man. Sam, Doug, Troy, Matt, they all love it, dude.
Oh yeah, this thing is so much fun. Like,
yep.
I'm taking this outside in the spring when it.
Gotta get some photos with that thing, dude. Yeah.
I mean, it's even detailed on the bottom. Like, it is just rad, man. It's rad. Yeah, man. So, I think I'll use it as a convertible, but you can put the armored plating on it if you want. And then there's another company that's called what is it called? I can't something, and they make all different types of parts for this thing. So you can customize these vehicles like you can't even believe. There's tents and campers and pop-ups and extra wheels and things. So it's just one of those things that you could just add and world build with it. And
dude.
So that's my number one right there.
Real quick, I did want to give a shout out to Wilbon with the $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much, man. He says, I've been meaning to tune in. Much love to you boys. Much love to you too, Wilbon. Thank you so much.
Wilbon, thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
Means a lot to me. And Hyper, this is going to be one of the guys that we're going to be all hanging out with and meeting up with at ICC, man. So it's going to be a really good time, man. It's going to be such an awesome time.
Wilbon, I enjoyed having Stoned on your show the other night. That was fun to watch.
So, oh man, it was such a blast being on there, man. We just it was just fun, man. Just had a good time, man.
Yeah,
good really fucking time. Yeah, thank you so much for that super chat, Wilbon. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, cannot wait, dude. I've literally all me and my wife have been talking about, because me and my wife don't get to go on trips a whole lot, and so like when we do, it's a big deal and big occasion. This is all me and my wife have been talking about, dude. Is getting to this car, and the fact that it happened like it did, and that I was on Out of the Basement, then I was on Monday Night Figure Ball. So I'm like, it's just really cool, man. It's a really cool experience, kind of like full circle, getting to get kind of like up and close with these big dogs in the community. People are more well known and established, and then I get to pull my good buddy Hyperdrive up with me along for the ride too. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, man.
Oh, it's gonna be great. By the way, I have to mention something real fast, and that is I served active duty in the Coast Guard for 7 years, and I was not in the Navy, but I wear this Navy sweatshirt because all 3 of my sons are active duty in the Navy. And some of my Coast Guard buddies saw me wearing this in one of the videos, and they've been busting my balls endlessly. So I apologize if you guys are watching. Look, I know. I was Coast Guard. I wasn't Navy, but I wear it for my sons, so I apologize 1,000 times. So anyway, I feel like as a Navy dad, I can wear this. Like,
100%. Yeah, you got the right. You're representing, man. Yeah,
right. I can wear this. I'm going to switch back to my Coast Guard one, but anyways, that explains that. So I apologize, you guys. I promise I'll put it back on. So,
hey Troy, 1 year you definitely got to make it down, bro. We would love to meet you in person, dude. Honestly, you and Hyper are probably going to meet in person before I get to meet you. Either way, I'll be happy. But yeah, we got to get you down to the car, bro.
Dude, road trip, man. Let's go. Let's do it.
Road trip, baby. Yes, sir.
I'll swing. I gotta swing by your neighborhood anyways on the way out. On the way out.
Exactly.
We're gonna take 495 down anyways. What do you say? Just hop in. You know.
Honestly, I think me and my wife are. I think we're just going to go to the. I think we're going to do the con Monday. I'm sorry, not Monday. We're going to do the con Friday and Saturday, which is the 16th and the 17th. And I think Sunday we're going to like ride around and check out some local comic shops. And then there's a museum near our hotel, so we'll probably hit that up and do our own little thing at some point in time. But definitely gotta at some point we gotta hit up some comic shops sometime Sunday. I don't know what your plans are when we get there, Hyper, because I know we haven't really gotten to talk a whole lot. Me and Mrs. Stone want to do our thing, but at the same time, the main trip is fucking for Star Wars, man. So we gotta hit up some comic shops. You know, it's gonna be a good time, man.
So I'm gonna tell you right now. So Lady Hyper, she graduated from. She did her grad school down at Vanderbilt, and so she's already got a whole bunch of stuff planned with her girlfriends down there. So she's like, yeah, no, I don't want to go to the show. You just do your thing. I'm good. She's been to so many of these with me over the last 27 years. She's like,
yeah,
dude,
I've seen it all.
Do your thing. Right. Like, she's like, oh, I remember the last time she was like, we went to this really cool one in New Jersey and it was super fun. And I'm like, oh, I bought her the tickets and everything. And she's like, I'm like, you ready to go? And she's like, no, I'm going to the spa next door. I already booked like her whole spa thing. And I'm like, really? You don't want to come to the show? And she's like, no. And I was like, this is the greatest news I've ever heard. Completely unsupervised with like, take it all, So anyways, but
it's so funny, man, because like you'll say, oh, I can't let Lady Hyper find out about this. Meanwhile, I get something and I'm like, babe, look what I got. I got the new Ahsoka, babe. Look at this. That's literally how I am with my toys. I'm so excited to show her.
Well, listen, dude, you haven't hit 27 years yet, but when you do, you're gonna be like a squirrel with nuts. You're gonna be like, I got a nut, I gotta go, she can't see it. I gotta go. Like, hide it.
Yeah, I gotta step it down. Hey man, I have been fortunate enough to have an awesome 14 years, so I will be ecstatic when we get to 27. I am going to be so. That's so awesome that y'all have been there, man. You crazy, bro? Damn it!
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, hold on, hey, I'm gonna tell Lady Hyper. Bro. Oh, you better get cooked, bro.
More like this.
No, but
that's Lady Hyper shooting the missiles at me from her fucking stinger.
But even Wilbon here, he says the first 2 days are the best. By Sunday, you've already seen everything, so that makes. I know this one is supposed to be bigger too, but
and I actually there's things that I'm gonna have to do when we go down there. I'm gonna have to go to some uncomfortable dinners with her girlfriends and stuff like that. So dude, yeah.
Damn.
And she's already like, you know what? There's like, my wife is like, oh, you know what? I think that we need to go check out like the handbag exhibit at the Museum of Fine Arts. And you're like, what? I'm not kidding you, man. You think I'm kidding? Oh, that's real. That's truth.
Is it really?
Right, oh,
there's
yeah,
a handbag exhibit? Oh, man.
Oh, well, there have been in the past. Whatever the exhibit is at the time, like there was one we did one and it was like women's shoes throughout history. I'm not kidding. And you're like,
did you say free beer? Did Wilbon just said free beer? Did you say free beer?
Free beer? Wilbon.
Yeah, only other way you can give me is you say free weed or free figgies. Hey, Matt, thank you so much for hanging out with us, buddy. It means a lot, dude.
Matt, thank you very much, man. Always a pleasure.
Means a lot, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Troy says, so let's go to the mall. Oh, yeah, I got one, my last one. I do want to. Every time I go to the mall, my girl always goes into Victoria. Yep. It's the trick of the trade, man. It's how it goes.
Oh, of course, right? Yeah. I wish mine went into Victoria's Secret these days. Yeah.
So my last pick is the Amber Collection. The paint on this figure is phenomenal. This orange and the brown, that goes over it. It just really pops. The sculpt on this figure, they've the Amber Collection definitely needed some improvements, but overall the Amber Collection was really fun. This is the one of the coolest 6-inch Raptors you'll get, and this is also from Lost World, the second Jurassic Park. One of my favorite ones, and honestly one of my favorite Raptor designs in general. It's got the wire rubber tail, so you can pose it as much as you want to. It's just really, really awesome. There's ball hinge articulation at the tail, the neck, the base of the skull. You can just get a lot of cool articulation and poses out of this Raptor, man. But just this orange it just pops so much, man. Beautiful looking figure.
You said that's a 6-inch scale one, right?
Yep, that's correct.
That's the one I want to use. All right. I'm using that fig for the diorama, the swamp one. That looks really good. I like that a lot.
The sculpt, the camera, it's a little bright with my camera in it, but the folds of the skin man, it looks so nice. The nails are very nicely painted. And then these sickle claws.
That's right out of Tiger Force, like the G.I. Joe Tiger Force line, if anybody's familiar with that.
Articulated sickle claw, which is so fucking dope. Love these. But the nails are cleanly painted. Awesome figure, man. Love this figure so much. That's my last one, though.
Cincinnati Bengals fan, yeah.
And then I did want to go back to Wilbon's comment. He said the AfterCon room sales are as good as I've seen a lot of cool videos and vlogs from last year, Wilbon. Funny you mentioned this, of them doing the room sales. And Hyper, man, honestly, the room sale, just collectors bringing their collection there to sell.
Sure, yeah.
It's like a whole con itself, just the collectors bringing like the room sales. So I'm really excited for that part too, man. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah, definitely. I might have to bring a few pieces, So
hey, you might want to, man. Thank you, Jacob. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you, Troy. Yeah, just such a fun figure, man. It's honestly one of my favorite dinos in my collection, to be honest.
That's a good man. Your list was awesome.
Thank you, dude. I thought yours was fun too, man. Thank you very much, dude.
Yeah, that was a fun time. I enjoyed that. I hope everybody else did. Usually we talk about Black Series, but
it's usually Black. Yeah.
Mix it up, Yeah.
And before we close down, because I know we didn't really tell y'all this, but this is going to be a little bit of a shorter stream tonight. Usually we go about 3 hours, but I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. So I appreciate all of you hanging out with us tonight. We're not going to wrap it up just yet, but we are going to wrap it up in a few minutes. There's a couple more things I wanted to bring up, Hyper. And so we know when the next fan stream is going to be coming, and it's February 26th, 11 a.m. So this in advance. I don't know, man. It's the 22nd. It's the 26th. I don't know, man. It could be some. What do you think they're gonna reveal, Hyper?
So first of all, I'm gonna be straight up with you. That is one I'm gonna miss because I'm gonna be in Portugal. So I'm going to visit my son.
Dude.
And so I'll probably keep one eye on it when I'm at like the airport or something like that.
Yeah. Like you have more pressing matters.
Right. So
Portugal.
Right. Having said that, what do I think they're going to reveal? I don't know. It seems to me like does anybody else kind of feel like they're all over the place right now with some of these things? Like we were mentioning before, like there's a lot of Old Republic stuff which kind of came out of nowhere to me. Yeah. It's we've got Revenge of the Sith. We've got that's there. It's that anniversary. We've got all these different anniversaries of major properties coming up, and yet
Force Awakens.
Along with all of those things, there's all this other stuff that they're releasing. So I don't know. I'm thinking probably. Don't we have the Mandalorian movie coming out next year? Is that next year?
This year.
Mandalorian movie.
Yeah, it's gonna be this year. Yep, this year I think.
All right, then I'm thinking we're going to start to see a lot of that merchandise dropping soon.
You're probably right. You're probably right.
There's probably going to be a lot of Mandalorian merchandise. There's going to be a push. Well, the push isn't now, but the push before the push is now. So I'm thinking probably we're going to see a lot of that dropping, and then I think probably too. What I fear the most is that we're going to see. That Maximum line. I have a feeling we're gonna get maximized this year, you know. And I have my own thoughts about that, but I think they're probably gonna dip their toes into the water of that. So a lot of Mandalorian movie stuff, and then probably some maximum Star Wars deluxe type business. That's what I think. What do you think?
I'm really hoping that we get some more Revenge of the Sith figures. I'm really hoping we get some Revenge of the Sith cardback stuff. That's what I'm really hoping for. I really want them to hammer on the idea of Revenge of the Sith because it is the 20th anniversary. And I just feel like with all the other stuff that we have coming, that along with the Mandalorian and Grogu, hell, and also the Force Awakens. It's 10 year anniversary of the Force Awakens.
Right,
you know?
That was the big one. Yeah, right.
There could even be some talk about some of that, you know. But Chris McFerrin says first time seeing your name in chat. Chris, thanks for hanging out with us tonight, man. Mandalorian.
Thank you very much. Yeah, appreciate it.
In 2026. Please. So my apologies, my bad. I know they just wrapped filming a couple months ago, like a month ago or something like that.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Hey, by the way, if you're new to the chat and it's your first time here or you're just checking it out, please feel free to check out my channel as well over there and see what you like. I do a lot of customs and dioramas and stuff.
Check out Hyperdrive Black 6460 for sure, y'all. Yep. Go show him some love. But Wilbon's got a point too. We got Andor season 2 coming up, which that's going to be intense, man. Them wrapping that up, that's going to be cool.
You know, I think what I would say is this year, I think I'm going to back off a little bit on some of the Disney show figures. I think I'm going to back off on that a little bit. Like, I'm always down for a really good new trooper. Disney really does troopers well, I think. You know, and so I'm always down for some of those cool trooper designs that they do. But I think I'm kind of over like buying Jod and some of the lesser Andor figures and stuff. Like I'm just I don't think I'm doing those anymore, you know?
I thought I seen something earlier about there being shipping information coming for Luminara Sebulba Savaggio Press on Yak Face, but I can't find it now. The only other thing I see is that Amazon's moved up the release dates for not only Kel Nock and a couple other figures, but now they've moved up Zizor, Bakar, and Commando from April 1st to March 25th. So that's pretty cool.
That is
dude,
cool.
I seen something earlier, Hyper. I want to say it was Yak Face talking about Sebulba Luminara, Shock T, and Savaggio Press, and a couple other figures getting some shipping info. They were starting to hit the States or something like that, but I don't see it anywhere.
Yeah, I do know. I feel like we've been talking about those figures for a long time, so they got to be dropping soon, right? I mean, I think our very first stream we were talking about some of those figures. So
I think it was actually, dude. Yeah.
Right? Like we've been talking about Sebulba and Shock T. Yeah, I mean we're So I'm not surprised. I really want to pick those figures out in person if I can. I'd like to, you know, I can see Shock T having some paint issues if you're just getting one from Amazon or eBay, you know, like I want to pick that one out just right personally.
I totally feel you, man. That makes total sense. It would be nice to see those on shelves, but we'll have to see, man. I think it's cool that they're doing a fan channel. Thank God they're doing a fan channel, man.
Yeah.
Dude, and it's gotten to the point now where like, dude, Sebulba, Luminara, and Shock T, honestly, man, I feel like the line is in a place where like almost I feel like we're in a place now where you could almost like roll the dice and say like any character. The odds have just kind of improved so much just from those three characters, especially Sebulba. Right. Now, Luminara and Shock T, kind of expected them because they're Jedi, but for them to do Sebulba is so fucking cool to me. Hyper, I need Watto, bro. I need Watto so bad. I need him.
100%. Absolutely. He's now Watto is now top 5 most wanted territory for me.
Yep.
You know,
what do you think? You're some kind of Jedi whipping your hand around like that?
He's so great, man. You know?
He's amazing, dude. He's one of the funniest parts of Phantom. Yes.
Oh, by the way, the Chance Cube now at my house. Remember you sent me a Chance Cube? And
Yeah,
that now gets rolled for all kinds of decision making around here.
that's awesome, bro. I love that.
Right.
I just so happen to have
Awesome.
a chance cube here.
Right.
That's
Lady
awesome,
Hyper
dude.
hates it so much because she'll be like, I'll be like, where do you want to go for dinner? And I'm like, we'll let fate decide.
Yes, I love it.
She's like, put that goddamn thing away. Stop it. You know?
Hyper, did you see those in-hand pics of Savage Press yet?
No, I have not. I have not
No.
seen the in-hand. I've seen, yeah.
It looks so badass. Troy Spittin, he looks phenomenal. You can tell he's a bulkier boy.
Sure.
He looks awesome. I mean, you could tell that from the rumor pics, the leaked pics that we got months back. You could tell that he was a bigger figure, but man, he looks fantastic.
I'm know we're going to get the lightsaber. Refresh my memory. Are we going to get the axe with him as well, or just the lightsaber?
Dude, I'm trying to think. I think it was the axe and the lightsaber, if I'm not mistaken. Am I tripping, Chad?
Yeah.
Y'all correct me. Is Savage coming with the axe and the saber? I feel like it was both.
I feel like I have not seen the axe.
Maybe I'm tripping because I feel like we were all because I was tripping. I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
Axe and
that's what I was about to say because I feel like we were all tripping because we were like, oh my god, he's coming with the axe too. Like that was wild to me, dude. That was wild.
Collective is back. He's back in chat, right? Yeah.
So that's interesting. But I also did want to say that I thought that I seen something about Luminar and Shakti and Sebulba starting to hit the States kind of early. But either way, I'm super hyped for these three. I may even end up picking up. I might pick up Shizor. He looks really fucking cool, man. I'm not gonna lie. And it's another alien species. I know that's an instant pickup for you, man.
Oh,
was that Shadows of the Empire?
Yeah, what a great character he was too. Like, I think you would enjoy him if you were familiar with the material. He's right up your alley. He's that kind of. He's a much more sophisticated, high class Jabba the Hutt, but very much a gangster. You know, he's he was known as a Vigo. A Vigo is one of the Black Sun heads of state. And he was like the Vigo of all Vigos, and just a super, super rich, detailed, interesting. So, and the whole idea with Shizor was that he was sort of vying for the Emperor's favor in competition with Vader. So around that between Empire and Return of the Jedi, Shizor tries to come in, and Emperor understands what Shizor is. He's 10 times as big as the Imperial Navy, so the Emperor realizes that he could be an asset, and he allows Shizor to vie in direct competition with Vader. And I thought that was a really cool, it's such an OT move to have that kind of like layer of street thug trying to make his way up. I just love that stuff, and he didn't have any superpowers. He wasn't a Jedi, but he used his cunning. He used his organization. He used his manipulative powers to really rival Vader initially. You know what I mean? And then Vader kind of comes in and takes care of business, as he should. But it was fun. It was just fun to watch that, So good story.
And then just getting like. So I might just because initially I passed on him, but I might end up picking him up. I'm super excited for the Commando droid. I'm curious how he's going to stand. That vibro knife is super plain, and then Bakara, cool looking clone. I know we've watched Lance Spears Luke's review. We kind of touched on that earlier. How the soft goods bled on the legs, and that those pieces that go underneath the skirt are just kind of like they don't really go anywhere. Kind of strange choice. Right. The helmet is a little bulky, but that's just the nature with clones nowadays. But with that extra deco sculpted on top or tooled on top, it's just kind of we got to kind of bite the bullet, unfortunately, man. But overall, I'm super stoked for these three figures for sure.
Yeah,
probably going to need. Yeah,
that's good for you. I'm a little less excited about the Commando. It just doesn't. There's just something about it I'm not a fan of, and I love the characters in the Clone Wars, but
Yeah.
I don't think he particularly translates well as into a figure. But that's just me, you know. I mean, will I buy it? I don't know. I probably will ultimately, but I don't think I'm going to true build that one or anything. I think I'll be a one and done if that, you know.
I feel you. I think it was funny because you were most excited for Shizor, and then I was most excited for the Commando droid.
Right,
Which
right.
I love how sometimes we're on opposite sides of the spectrum. It makes things good for good conversation.
I know where we always are. We're always, yeah, right.
But you do have a point, though. The Commando droid is slightly underwhelming. I'm probably going to put a wash on that Vibra-Knife for sure. The lack of paint makes it look real cheap. It's kind of disappointing. But choices. That's a hot take, Hyper.
Right, right. I know. Troy, I'll leave them on the shelf for you, man. Yeah.
I was going to say, Troy, if I'm going to get one, and if it stands good, I'm going to get 4. If it stands well, I'm going to get 3 or 4 for sure, man. That's a good round, even number, Troy. I like where your mind's at.
See, you know what, though, guys? I want, Stone and I, we one thing that I think sometimes you watch all these different shows, and there's a little bit of like sheep herding. I think if everybody agrees that it's good, everybody sort of goes in this direction on some of these big shows, and that's fine. But like, I never want to be that guy who just goes and neither does Stone. Like, if we have something to say about it, we're gonna I'm just not that impressed with the Commando, and I know that I'm on an island on this one, but it's just how I feel about it. It just isn't doing anything for me.
Jacob said that these are a pass for him in his opinion, so that's very interesting, man.
All
3, Jacob? I know, yeah. All 3, Jacob, is that's I feel you though, man. Gotta collect what you like, man. That's what's important.
Absolutely, because if you start collecting every single piece that comes out the door and you don't like them, you're gonna lose interest real quick, man. It's way too expensive to be doing that.
It is, man, and you'll just get burned out. I feel like that's why some people get burned by the hobby, because they're trying to buy up every single fucking one, even shit that they're like about. Yeah. Just don't, dude. Nobody said you had to buy every figure or be a completionist. Like, you're stressing yourself out in a hobby that should be bringing you joy and getting rid of your stress. I just don't understand. Wilbon says Bakar and Caesar are pickups for him. That's fair, man. Wilbon, you skipping out on the Commando droid, man? I know you're not Wilbon's not a big Clone Wars guy, so I do kind of get him passing on the Commando if that's true. I feel you, Wilbon. And then Brian says
I feel you, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
He looks like a stick twig in the box or something. I don't know. It just doesn't. Not filling out the box right enough for me.
Hey, I feel you, dude. That's totally fine, Will. That's totally fine, man. I totally get you.
Right? I know.
And exactly. Hey, then Brian said he's passing on Caesar, which initially I was, but man, he just looks the sculpting on him is just so ornate, and the mix of soft goods, that kind of like soft goods drape that they have from his elbow and the heart. It just looks really good, man.
I'm just gonna say, Brian, right now. Brian, you cut me deep with that comment. I thought I had you down as a Shizor. You cut me deep, Shrek.
Damn, deep. You cut me deep. You cut me deep.
I thought we were there, man. I thought you and I were there on that island together. No. Okay.
Sam said he's digging the command. I'm glad I have somebody with me, Sam. I know Troy said he liked it too, but man, dude, the thing is, and I know it's Clone Wars, so it's not technically theatrical, but I want as much CIS representation. The more kind of variety we can throw in on the CIS, the Separatist side, I'm down for, man. I love it. The CIS droids are so dope to me. Support the line, buy everything.
Listen. I think 2025 is the year where every single person with the means to do so should send Gen X Brian a print Shizor in the mail. Okay, let's just flood Brian with Shizors. Yeah.
I had to send Hyper a little Annie, Phantom Menace little Annie. You are not about to have a Star Wars collection and not have little Annie. There is no way.
I know, man. I still, to this day, I love that figure more than anything.
It's honestly such. Now, it was underpacked on accessories. Could have used some more paint. There's a lot of things that could be better. But man, that little Annie is such a fun figure. I really do enjoy it.
Absolutely, and to have not just Annie, but Jake Lloyd in my collection, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, because he's more than Annie. He's Jake Lloyd, who was so maligned and hated and ridiculed and all of that. And I never felt that way. And I'm so glad to have Jake Lloyd be part of my display now. You know what I mean? And I just love that figure. And yeah, I mean, now, come on, throw me a bone. Give me the Naboo helmet. Give me the pod racer goggle helmet. Right. Really?
At least the pod racer helmet, bro. At least.
Right?
And they have the goggles that they use for tech. Like, they already have some. I just feel like they would have knocked that out of the park, man. I really do.
Oh my God. Right?
Should have been included.
I just for the life of me, like, would it have killed him to have done that? Would it have killed him? You know?
See, but, and I don't think so. Apparently it would. Hey, what fancy Doug? I'm gonna ban you, Doug, for 10 seconds, bro. I am a Phantom Menace slut. How dare you? How dare
Turn off Doug's mic. Turn off Mike.
Fuck that. Fuck that, Doug. How dare you? I'm just kidding. It's all love, Doug. Yeah, dude. You know what we need next as far as theatrical droids go? Besides, like, the security droid and like the pilot and like commander and stuff, like with the yellow and the red, whatever, the B1s. I would like to see some buzz droids, dude. How cool would that be?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, give us a little $24.99. Give us like 3 or 4 buzz droids. I feel like that would be fun, man.
I heard that those are going to be one of the tiers for the Jedi Starfighter that they're not going to release. Right?
That would be such a perfect tier. Actually, I don't know if you've watched this, Hyper, but Blitz Transmissions, his name's Tommy. He's got a video of him doing like a HasLab pitch idea for the Jedi Interceptor Starfighters, and it's actually a really good watch. Like, he's got some really, he brings up some really great points, and the way he pitches it is like if he pitches it as if he's like pitching it to Hasbro. So he brings up a lot of good points, man. But hey, Wilbon, don't entice Unc Doug, bro. Don't entice Unc Doug, Wilbon.
Look, I want to know just the whole thing about the Jedi Starfighter. What is the Jedi Star? It's a fucking pod with 2 taco shells on either side of it. That's all it is. It's not. There's no big fucking engine. There's no, like, the laser guns ride inside the interior portion of the wing. There's nothing to it. Like, it's the pod. I mean, I don't know. I feel like would it be big? Yeah. Is it going to be as big as the Snowspeeder? It's about the same size, give or take, as the Snowspeeder.
You stole the words right out of my mouth.
You know, like, I mean, I just showed you this giant Stinger thing, which isn't even that big for the G.I. Joe line, with more features. You know, so, like, really, what does it have to do? You got to be able to put a figure in it. What, a little rubber seatbelt, right? And so opening cockpit, rubber seatbelt, a couple of little wing things on the side that go up, and maybe knowing Hasbro, 1 landing gear. Okay, woo, you know, like, that's not that hard.
Like you said, though, man. Like, honestly, I feel like, and Justin from Out of the Basement was talking about this for bigger size figures like Pong Krell or whatever, about Black Series starting up a made-to-order line. I feel like that would do wonders for the Black Series, man. That way they don't overproduce anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, make a whole bunch of Anakin Jedi Starfighter interceptors, and then literally every single Black Series vehicle has gone on clearance. There's not one. Right. There is not one OT prequel, sequel, trilogy vehicle that has not gone on clearance.
Right.
Because Black Series collectors, people already bitch about a $25 figure, which is just like, but yet y'all want more stuff, and like y'all want creatures and vehicles and that. But then when they pull them up and they put them out, y'all don't buy them. Y'all don't show up to buy them. And if y'all don't, they're not. They don't see like, oh, well, this vehicle didn't sell as well as this vehicle, so obviously they just want OT vehicles. Or no, they just see that it's not selling, and they're just like, oh, guess they don't want this, and they stop making it. They don't give a fuck. They don't look into the nuances of why a collector did or didn't buy something. This is just Hasbro looking like, oh, did we make money or not? Nope, move on to the next one. That's literally what happens. And stuff like the Stat or the Bloodfin, Which honestly, if you want to count the Bloodfin, it's only like a couple hundred left in stock. That was a success. I count the stat. There was 8,000 that went up, 700 the initial day, I believe. There's 8,000 that went up for sale, and there's still 4,000 on the website. So they sold half. I would count that as doing okay. I would count it as a success personally. But if we don't show up to buy these sets and figures, they're not going to make them. They're not going to make them. That's why we haven't gotten any vehicles in 6, 7, 8 years, because they got burned on the ones that they did do. What Hyper was just saying about the Jedi Interceptor being smaller than the Snow Speeder or around the same size. What did that retail for, Hyper? 120?
120, 130, something like that.
So, and now that was like, before 2020. So go ahead and bump that. Whatever you think something's worth, go ahead and bump it up. So you're probably talking 180, 200, maybe more than that, depending on how they do it.
Probably like 499.99. Yeah.
Oh, bro, they better not do that tiny ass. If it was 499 for both, then there might be some. But even then, they might have to come with some like insane fucking tiers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Other people collect things, but then complain about the price. Troy, exactly, dude. It just makes no sense. Don't fucking collect if you're a brokey. Jesus. I spent $80 on a loose collector vamp. Do you know what that is, Hyper? I'm not familiar, man.
What is it? Who's saying that now?
$80
on a loose collector Vampirella. Oh, Vampirella. She's like the really hot, sort of like a like Elvira type of figure. She's She's a comic book character, very, very hot, sexy, kind of like X-rated comic type stuff. Yeah.
Hell yeah, Doug. Hope you get your fun out of that $80, man.
Oh, Doug.
Troy, people do suck, man. And it's like I've started to see a whole new side of collecting, Troy, getting to rub my elbows with some of these bigger creators and more established content creators. I've seen there's a lot of creators out there. I'm not going to name names because I don't like to talk shit, but there are so many people that just take this hobby of toys. Like I'm 100% about being passionate. That is like so important in life. And I respect and admire that so very much. But these are fucking plastic goddamn toys at the end of the day. And some of these people that I see on the retrospective side, people get really, really wrapped up in this hobby, dude. Like more seriously than I even realized. Like,
oh yeah, yeah.
And it's like, dude, if you're at that point where something is raising your blood pressure, or you're stressed, or like I said, if you're inviting any unnecessary stress into your life, that's on you, dude. From fucking collecting the goddamn action figures, I will never be able to comprehend or wrap my mind around that. That is so crazy to me.
You know what it's like? It's kind of like the old Black Friday kill each other for Cabbage Patch dolls craze that used to happen, where, for some reason we would decide to invade some poor Walmart somewhere, tackle and kill people and trample people to death for a Cabbage Patch doll. But, it's not quite that severe anymore, but it's kind of the same mentality to some degree. The difference of opinion. It's not even about owning it or not owning it anymore. Now it's about, well, I don't think I'm going to buy that because I don't really like it. And then people will jump and attack that person because now it's potentially going to affect their collecting habits for not doing. So you have to be very careful about how you approach this. So in other words, something as innocent as saying, I don't think I'm going to buy that because I feel that it's too expensive or overpriced, or it's not, it doesn't fit in with the main focus of my collection. Now you have people attacking those people because now it jeopardizes their ability to possibly own that toy because if it doesn't get supported in the tier. So this is why I worry about Hasbro doing the tiers, because now it pits 2 or 3 different groups of collectors against one another. Well, why didn't you support that? Well, because I don't want it. But now that means that we can't have it, which means I'm not going to support the thing that you want. And then it kind of becomes this pissing contest, and that's what I worry about. You're so right, man. We shouldn't be sweating bullets over this stuff. It should be fun.
Yep.
It should be enjoyable. And you're right. Sometimes I watch these other shows and I'm like, wow, man, I just profoundly disagree with that point of view, or I'm not gonna mortgage my house for it or something like that, you know. And some people do. It's wild to me, you know.
It honestly is, man. Just going off of that real quick, I did want to oh wait, that's not the right one. Hold up. I was trying to okay, now let's see if it comes up. Is this still not coming up? What the fuck? Y'all, I'm a caveman. I told y'all. I'm still working with this. Okay, so Hyper, I don't know if you're familiar with this guy named Star Wars Theory. And back in the day, he used to do like Star Wars, basically like what if videos for Star Wars. Like Marvel did that what if series, like your
Sure,
zombie
yeah,
cat.
yeah.
So this guy, he used to do Star Wars Theory videos. And he's gotten a lot of vitriol. I wanted to say Mama Mando is spitting right now. At least not all people. So this is a great community. She is 100% right.
Right.
And then $143 retail today. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds
Yeah.
about right. Lots of maniacs out there. Yep, there really is, man. 100%, yep, 100%. Oh, stop it, y'all! Y'all making me blush. No, I appreciate it, y'all. But yeah, so Hyper, like I was saying, I used to watch this guy growing up. I really enjoy his content, or I did. Not so much
Mhm.
anymore. His content's a little bit different now than what it used to be. But this guy got announced that he was going to be a guest or have his own booth at ICC-Con. And the comments that people were not only leaving on this guy's YouTube channel, but also Michael Havens, the guy who's running ICC-Con, just the vitriol that they both received is just absolutely insane. And just like people talking about people being sexist and racist and homonogistic, and I know I butchered that. Y'all get what I'm saying? It's just back in the day when you made those kind of claims, you had to have proof and evidence. Now it's just like,
Right.
oh, he talks shit about Acolyte. That means he doesn't like black female lead roles. That's not what he says at all. That is not what
Right.
he.
Yeah.
They take what they, and that's with anything nowadays. They take what he says and just absolutely run with it. But people were literally saying like, "Oh, I can't believe you're setting this kind of precedent for your con not coming." You're literally going to let one person, a YouTuber influencer,
Yeah, I know, right?
inhibit you from going and enjoying a con for fucking Star Wars that you love. That's so fucking stupid, and you're better off not fucking coming to the con. Leave that negativity at home with you. You don't
Yeah.
belong at a con. If you have that kind of mentality and you're letting one person influence your feelings of going to do something you enjoy, that's fucking stupid in my opinion. And I just don't
Yeah.
get it. And the amount of vitriol that not only he has received, but the guy Michael Havens for even hosting this guy is bananas to me. Hyper. It is. I hate covering drama, but this is just something that I wanted to talk about. We kind of touched on it on the last Monday Night Figure Ball that I was a guest on, and I just like I'm so dumbfounded and flabbergasted. I just don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't know what to say, man. It's crazy. It is crazy.
I think you know, a lot of times, you know, the old keyboard warrior moniker really applies to a lot of people, you know. And
Yeah.
somehow it's like, you know, you pop open your screen, you start typing things, and you can say anything you want at any time to anyone for any reason. And that doesn't mean that you
Yep.
should, nor
Yep.
does it have effects that are not permanent. So, you know, it's like if someone were to come to my channel right now and look at any of the videos, whether you like them or not, if I always try to put out some sort of like positivity. It's about positivity. And to this show, I mean, we all know that Stone sucks, but it's a pretty positive show other than that, right? So, but
Stone's a
like,
fucking
you know,
asshole.
right, exactly. Stone's a fucking asshole, but other than that, it's all good. But like, I think you and I try to do that, but like, you know, man,
Yeah.
there's so many. I remember once, like, I put up a video about a diorama thing that I was doing, and you know, like, I'm just, what am I doing? I'm making paste and gluing it to paper and painting it, right? Like, it's really no more complicated than that, right? And I got this one comment and I erased it because this guy just lit me up like I was some idiot, you know. And I'm like, I don't need that. Like, what are you doing?
No.
You come and you hate on somebody like gluing paper together as a hobby. Like, there's a lot worse things that people could be doing, you know. And I don't get it. I don't get why somebody would do that, you know. But
like, bro,
they do.
you clicked on the video. You watched the video. You could have clicked away any point in time.
Right, exactly.
Crazy. And
I don't know.
Doug Smith, I know in the grand scheme of things, it is unimportant because it doesn't fucking matter. I just wanted to cover it because I was kind of talking about like negativity amongst the collecting community or just the Star Wars community in general. So in the aspect of things to the conversation, it is relevant, Doug, because this is just another example of that negativity infiltrating the Star Wars community positive mindset. And I'm all about if anybody knows about dark humor and like the world is a bad, cruel place, I know it. Okay. I know that's why I'm so positive, is because I know how much fucking negativity is out there. I've felt it. I've experienced it. To have positivity is a fucking mindset. And when you're in that negative fucking Marvel Legends fucking suck. When you're in that negative fucking mindset, that is not a healthy fucking place to be. I've fucking been there. I've been there. It is not a fucking healthy place to be. And to be that way with anything with fucking toys and an IP like fucking Star Wars, that's stupid as fuck to me. And it's so I'm getting a little heated. In the grand scheme of things, Doug, it is unimportant, but it's relevant to the conversation that we were kind of talking about earlier. And just like what Wilbon said, I don't particularly care for him or his videos, but to let one person ruin your trip to a great con makes you softer than Charmin. Wilbon's spitting. I just don't know what else to say. And like I said, if you're going to be that kind of person, you're better off not fucking coming. You're better off not being there. Right. Point blank, period. I didn't mean us talking about it, especially. Oh no, I got you, Doug. It just like in the grand scheme of things, the controversy, it is literally the most stupid, insignificant shit that people are deciding to focus on. Like, how about instead you focus on? Can you see my tab right here? How about instead you focus on these people who are going to be here? Look at this. Wow. Rena Owen, who fucking played goddamn fucking Kaminoan. We got fucking the dude who played Watto's going to be there? No way. Yo, that's sick. See, positive. You see my frown went to a smile that fast? Positivity's a fucking mindset, dude. You'll live a longer, happier life if you're more positive and be happy. That is cool. I did not know that. But the dude who played Sebulba's gonna be there. The dude who played that would be fucking cool, man. That's pretty epic.
Got some other Stone and I are gonna be the first ones in line for Watto. We're gonna be there we'll be there at like 2:00 in the morning. Like, is the line forming here?
Dude,
I'm gonna come down. I'm gonna come down early in the morning. I'm gonna come down early in the morning thinking I'm the first guy in line to see Watto, and there's Stone. He's gonna be like, "Hey, what took you so long?" You know,
dude. The dude who did Watto, I'm gonna be sitting there doing my impression, and he's just gonna be like, "Yeah, I know, I get it. I've heard this 1,000 fucking times, man." And I'm like, "It's good, right? It's good." He's like, "Yeah, it's real great. You want this signed? Okay, here you go."
Like imagine like that poor guy has to go to like Jiffy Lube once in a while and get his oil changed. And, no money, no parts, no deal. No
deal. I don't want your stock gloves. I don't want a new belt. Just give me my fucking wipers.
Exactly.
Hey, looking into go. Hey, Sam's looking. Hey, man, meet us down there, dude. We're gonna be meeting up with a bunch of people.
Great, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Star Wars and barbecue. That's a pretty. You got me. You got me.
Oh man.
And then the guy who did Sebulba, Jedi Poodoo. That's pretty cool too, actually, man. That's pretty
really
neat.
Good. Yeah. Oh yeah. Stone's gonna be skipping through there. He's gonna be floating.
Dude, my 260-pound ass is my 260-pound ass is gonna be skipping through, pushing little kids down.
Like you know, like those Tom and Jerry cartoons when like Jerry the mouse comes out of his house because he smells like and he's just like floating.
Like, that's gonna be me. That's gonna be me, bro.
Totally. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Well, Hyper.
What do you say? You wanna Yeah.
What were you about to say? Want to call it?
I was gonna say let's call it. We kind of talked about everything we wanted to talk
Yeah.
about tonight.
Yeah, I say we call y'all. We did say it was going to be a little bit of a shorter stream.
Yeah. Yeah.
Republic credits are no good here. I need something more real.
For
Republic
real.
credits will do fine. No, they won't. I mean, I love Watto so much, dude. I love Watto so much.
Stone is going to lose his marbles when he meets Watto for the first
I
time.
wonder how much he's charging for a signature. I wouldn't imagine it'd be too much.
Oh, I bet you it's $75 or something crazy like
You
that.
think?
You know?
How cool would it? Honestly, man, I would pay it. I have to say, how cool would it be to get like Sebulba in hand and then have it to take to the con to get signed? I feel like that would be really fucking cool, man.
That would be a really cool thing to do. Absolutely. Yeah.
Come on, Stone. Going to be running like little Annie with Maul, bro. You already know, bro. You already know. Appreciate y'all from Sam, man. We appreciate y'all for hanging out with us tonight, man. It was a fun time. Sorry, I'm a little under the weather. Y'all know we would usually go about 3.5. I know sometimes we lose hyper, but sometimes I'll go. I don't know. You've been sticking around a little bit longer lately.
Oh, definitely. Hyper. Well, it all depends. So you have to. So I work overnights 5 nights a week, and so by Saturday morning, like I worked all night with no stops all night last night. So if I get a nap on a Saturday, that's one thing, you know. But usually by like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, it's been 40 hours of no sleep, and then I'm wiped you know.
Out.
So,
that totally makes sense.
It's not because I don't want to. Believe me, I just.
Oh yeah.
You know, stuff. So. Yeah.
Hey, Wilbon, again, thank you so much for stopping by, homie. It means a lot, dude. Hope to see you at the next stream, man. Hell yeah. Yep. Thank you for hanging out, man. Stone, you should have your wife record. That's a great idea, Troy. That would be so cool, man. I think I might do that. That's a great idea, dude. Hell yeah.
Well, record your.
I'm gonna be vlogging the whole time. I gotta get meeting Hyper in person on camera. I'm gonna meet the Monday Night Figure Ball boys out of the basement. Some of the other I'm gonna be vlogging, dude. That's for sure. I'm gonna be getting a new phone too, so I'll be ready to go, man.
I can tell you one thing. I'm gonna be vlogging him vlogging everything else, right? So like, I'm just gonna have one camera on Stone the entire time, like just
dude. Honestly, dude, you don't know. Like when I tell you, I'm not exaggerating. Me and my wife were so excited for this. It's literally all I've been thinking about. It's going to be a fucking blast, dude. It's going to be so much fun.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome.
Jacob said, "Great stream, guys. Thanks for sharing your top 10 figures. Cool to see stuff from other lines. Yeah, it's refreshing to kind of switch it up, man. It was a lot of fun getting to talk about something other than Black Series, which we all love. It's our bread and butter. But like I said, just refreshing."
We'll be back at it hardcore with the Black Series next time for sure.
Yeah, man. So, Mando tapping out before hyper. Yeah, man, I'm feeling a little under the weather, and honestly, I thought we were going to stop at 2 hours, but the conversation just kept flowing. But yeah, I'm sometimes less is more sometimes, and also I wanted to say, can't wait to meet the two of you. Yep, 100% can't meet to meet y'all face to face. I'm actually going to be I'm getting a pile of loot this Tuesday. It's going to be my last kind of big purchases before ICC because I'm going to be saving up. But I got some really fucking cool heat in that pile of loot, which I will be doing maybe this Saturday or Friday. I'm not sure. I might do it during the weekday. I have to talk to Mrs. Stone and see what our plans are. But I will post of that, of course. Been a while since I did a solo stream, so I'm looking forward to. Bro, I got the SHF 3PO coming. I got some Nanmu Raptors coming. I got some heat in that box, dude. I'm super excited. Oh yeah, it's all love, Brian. All love, man. All love, dude.
Brian, did you hear what Stone just said? He said that it's his bread and butter. Well, what do we have to say about that, Brian? What do we say about the bread and butter? We've been going at it all day about.
I can't.
We're stepping it up. We left bread and butter in the past. We're now doing bruschetta with a balsamic vinaigrette drizzle, right? Oh, mozzarella and bolognese. There it is.
Mozzarella and bolognese. It's the Stone and Hyper show, man. You got to get a cup of coffee, come by and hang out.
A cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee, man. We're a couple guys from Boston, you know.
Oh my God, you know those guys. All right, yeah. Time to make a sandwich.
Oh shit. Hey, great way, Troy. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat, man. Great way to end out the night. Well, I do just real quick, Mama Mando. Thank you so much. Had a $2.99 from Troy earlier, or $1.99. Will Bond, thank you again. Thank you all for the super chats. It means a lot to us, guys and gals, Mom. Hey, man, I'm respecting it, Troy. I'm just respecting it, homie. It's all love, man. It's all love. But no, man, I think we're going to call it here tonight, everybody. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us tonight. Episode 11, man. It's time flies when you're having fun, like we said at the beginning of the stream, man. But I hope you all have a great day or night whenever you're watching this. Like I said, be on the lookout for my Big Bad Pile of Loot live stream I'll be doing sometime this week or weekend. And then, as always, every other Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time here on my YouTube channel, The Stone Mandalorian. We got the Stone and Hyper Show with my boy, Hyperdrive Collection 6460. As always, have a great night, everybody. May the Force be with you.
Welcome back. See ya.
Yeah! What's up?